everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. We never stream at this time. When we do, it's usually for like special events or collabs, but I mean, I had a collab. Speaking of collabs, I had a collab earlier with Nyana. Thank you so much to those who came from that, by the way. Thank you, thank you. Hope everyone had fun with that collab and hearing us sing all of our white girl songs. Ah ha ha ha. It was really fun though. Really, really fun. My throat is a little bit shot from singing, especially going hard on Bad Romance. Oh my god. Yeah, I went so hard on Bad Romance. It's a good song. I really like Lady Gaga. Is Lady Gaga even considered white girl music, honestly? If we're being completely honest, does she really count as white girl music? Because I never really... Oh, hi, Yoshi. You scared me right now, my love. You scared me. Yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't know if that would count. But I was gonna... Yeah, she's her own creature, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Like, I don't think she counts. I don't think she counts. Also, I think Yoshi-Bot is broken today, so I'm so sorry. If you send a super chat, I'm gonna try to read it out loud. Yeah, she's white, but she's also like not white girl, or like not white girl music, if that makes sense. But anyways, yes guys, hi, hello, welcome, welcome. Today is Friday. Happy Friday, everyone. Happy Friday. April 26, 2024. Today is the last Friday of the month. Yay! Because next month, by this time, it will be May. And that means we are quite literally less than a week, not a week away, but we're quite literally a month away from Akai Expo. Yeah! We're a month away from Akai Expo, and I usually do this stream every single year, or at least try to do it around this time of year, right before, like, right as the con season is just getting started. Because every year since, I want to say, like, 2021, 2022, I have come across countless people who have been interested in going to conventions or attending a convention or wanting to know more about what it's like to go to a con, or or they need like advice for like going as a first timer, or just general questions. Now for me, I have been going to cons, can you believe it, chat, for 15 fucking years. I started when I was a pre-teenager. And ever since then, I've gotten myself more and more and more involved in the con scene, starting to go from just a regular attendee to someone who is currently staffing at conventions and giving lots of, what do you call it, guidance and, how do you say, advisor. I do a lot of advisory, and just, whoa! I think I almost just had a power outage. LMAO. Is the stream okay for you guys? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys see me? I just need a... I need a confirmation that you guys can see me. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's good. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah, no, I'm having a really bad storm go through right now, so I was kind of debating actually if I should even go through with this stream, because yeah, there's a bad storm going through right now. But I'm going through anyways. Besides, I was gonna delay this tomorrow, but then I realized, oh fuck, it's gonna be like worse tomorrow. So yeah. But yes, today though, chat, like I said, today we are going to... farted in here. God damn it. Sorry, I have my dogs in here. They're so farty today. I'm getting distracted. But today, chat, we are going to be doing a Anime Cons 101. How to attend anime conventions in 2024. Advice and Q&A. Yeah! Yeah! So, I will be going through you guys the whole process of like how to attend an anime convention, where to look for anime conventions, and like everything in between. And I will have an open Q&A throughout the whole stream. If you guys can look at the pinned message in chat, or like right above in chat, there is a little YouTube Q&A function that says, have a question about anime conventions, need advice as a first-time attendee? You can ask below. Ask in that little box. Ask as many questions as you like. If anything I talk about today comes up and you're like, I want more clarity on this, or I want more info on this, let me know. Let me know in that little box. And then throughout the stream, I'll be peeking there and try to answer questions as I go through my little outline in my head. And hopefully I can help you guys make your first con experience very, very nice. Why do I need to shower more than one a day? Well, I'll tell you a good reason. Despite recent studies coming out and saying that showering like every day is actually not good for you, when you go to a con, you walk more, you perspirate more, you get really nasty germs that you should probably not be around, because when you're in a big group of people who come from all different kinds of walks of life, you don't know what kind of germ is sitting on your body. Trust me, it's as nasty as going through an airport, if not worse than going through an airport. And airports are really nasty. If you would shower after going through an airport, you would shower while you're at a convention. But yeah, I'm super excited. I'm excited because I just love talking about conventions. It's my bread and butter, and I hope you guys can learn something today. I really want you guys to learn something today. Alrighty, so before we get started, let's go ahead and say hello to everyone. And again, I'm so sorry, this is not usually my stream time, but I did want to stream today because I am going to be taking the weekends off, starting, I think, this weekend, all the way until probably when we're done with 𝗕_ FBI Expo, just because I need to rest a little bit more than usual, because I'm gonna have a lot of shit going on. Like, not only do we have 𝗕_ FBI Expo happening, I have my re-debut happening in like 1, 2, 3 weeks. 3 weeks, maybe 4. 3 weeks, maybe 4. Depending on how shit goes. Because as you can see, I think it's 3 weeks. Yeah, right. 3 weeks. I planned it for 3 weeks from out here, right? Yeah. So like 1, 2, 3. Oh no, 4 weeks. Actually, no, it's 4 weeks. It's 4 weeks. It's 4 weeks. Yeah, I have my re-debut for it. That's my new model right there. Yeah, you like my new model? Oh, she's gonna be moving and everything. Wow. Alrighty. Okay, chat. Okay. Let's go and say hi to everyone, though. And if you guys have any questions, please be sure to use the Q&A function. I will not be answering. Oh, thank you so much, Bear. Thank you. Thank you so much for getting an idol shirt. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'll be shilling all my stuff at the end, so I'm not gonna like shill my merch right now. But thank you so much for getting one. Thank you. Okay. And new model's cheeks. Oh, her cheeks are gonna be so cheeky. They're gonna be very, very cheeky. Nyaru each shirt win. Okay. I'll explain all that later at a later stream. I'll explain more merch stuff on a later stream. I don't think this is the right stream for that. But yeah, let's go and say hi to everyone. Feel free to say hi in the chat, and I'll say hi to you back in the participants chat. For now, I'll go and say hello to our lookers and bot watchers. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. No matter what you guys are doing, working hard, playing hard, studying hard, or watching the bot at a later time, I appreciate every single one of you guys here, and I hope you have a lovely day. Have a lovely day, everyone. Especially stay safe. There was a reported potential F5 tornado. Hold on, I'm sorry. This is weather autism now. If you don't know, I have weather autism. Yeah, if you're in like Nebraska, Iowa, like any of those surrounding states, please be careful. There's a huge fucking tornado system that has like potential. Actually, it's not even potential outbreak. It is confirmed outbreak happening as we speak. So please stay safe if you're in those states or surrounding states. Please be sure to get to a basement if you can. And yeah. Please stay safe. Please stay safe if you're in any of those states. And please seek shelter. Okay. Sorry. Autism moment over. Autism moment over. Okay. Anyways, let's go and say hello to everyone now in participants chat. Let's say hello to Amkus, Bellhound, Dominate, 𝗟R𝘆ecie, Gustafer, Gem, Coro, Metagus, Michael, Mobile, Regius, Resty, Saga, Setonin, Sweet Crew, Weeblin, Whistler, Zizi, Zani, and Zlayfield. Welcome, everyone. Yay. Welcome. welcome, everyone. Okay. Alrighty. So, before we get into this, I'm just going to reiterate one more time. I am a 15-year con veteran. I've been going to cons since I was a fucking kid. And I have also staffed at a lot of conventions. I have hosted a lot of events at cons. So not only are you getting perspective from an actual attendee, but you're getting a perspective from someone who has worked cons. And I'm going to tell you the best advice to surviving cons. I really love staffing at cons. Actually, it's really rewarding work. To put it in perspective, you're contributing to the event and you're making it as good as possible. If you guys can, I always highly recommend volunteering at least at a con once in your life, just to like kind of appreciate and understand what actually goes on behind the scenes to make these events possible. There's a lot of people who do these cons not behind the scenes, but from a volunteer. Yeah, everyone at most if not all cons are volunteer run. So I always recommend I always like to show this whenever we talk about cons. Please consider volunteering at your local event or an event that you just really love. Doesn't matter if you're from out of state or you're local. Any event needs the help. So that's just I'll talk more about volunteering first after a couple of segments. But for now, I just want to shill. Please volunteer at cons. We need your help. It's all volunteer based. It's all volunteer based, and we need people to help make these events really great. It doesn't matter your skill set or anything like that. Like even if you could just help move a couple of chairs or be like a door attendant, man, you don't understand how much your presence can make a difference just volunteering. So volunteer today! Thank you! That's my PSA! Speaking of, did you know that 𝗏𝗁 Expo is looking for volunteers, on-site volunteers? Wow! You should go to 𝗏𝗁 Expo on your registration page and try to sign up as a volunteer! Yeah! Volunteer at the #1 VTuber convention in the United States! Yeah! Come volunteer! You can work for my department! Yeah! You can help me move chairs for one event that I really need help to move chairs for. Please help me at 𝗏𝗁 Expo. I guess that's another thing I could know. I am on staff and also a guest this year for 𝗏𝗁 Expo. I am actually the lead for community stage. So any events that you see going on at community stage, they are being kind of helped out by me. So when you get your nice little form about 𝗏𝗁, you should totally say, wow, Nyaru did such a good job organizing the community stage and everything. Wow, she did so good. You should totally bring her back as staff next year. I don't care if I'm not a guest next year, honestly. I just want to come back as staff. So tell them that I did a good job. Thank you. Okay. So, you may be wondering, where can I even go? We'll figure out if I have a con near me. Well, guess what, chat? Guess what? There's a huge resource for that. And I'm surprised this website is not more known, actually. I think, honestly, back in the day, this was the website to go to for, like, looking up if there's a convention near you or there's a convention, like, in another state or anything like that. It is animecons.com! So I'm going to go ahead and show it to you to start today. So, if you're interested in attending conventions, but I don't know where one's held at me, well, guess what? There's a whole website dedicated to it called animecons.com! Yeah! I love this website. They still update it, chat. They still update it. I go on here, like, almost every other week. I'll be real with you. I go on here like every other week. So if you want to come onto animecons.com, don't worry. If you're from outside the United States, bitch, they got you too. They got you too on that because they list even European conventions. They list Southeast Asia conventions. They list Canadian conventions. They list some. Actually, no, there's not any on here right now. But they could probably list some Mexican conventions and some South American conventions, but we're gonna assume you're from the United States. This actually does not reflect every single con in the United States, I will say, because there are some cons that are super local that don't make it onto animecons.com, but these are like the main big ones. These are the big boy ones. These are the one, not really the big boy. Actually, no, I take that back. I take that back. They're not really the big boy ones. The big boy ones are listed on here, but even some smaller local ones are in here. So this is where you can look. So for example, I'm from Texas. We're gonna go to Texas, and let's say I'm from the Dallas area. Wow, look at how I have I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 events. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6. I have 6. So I could go here, and I could just look at my location on the map and just go to different cities. There's so many in like Los Angeles, San Francisco. These are the best cons in my opinion. There's so many on the East Coast as well. You get jealous of the West Coast, but honestly, the East Coast has really, really good events and so many of them. You guys are spoiled. There's some Canadian ones over here, but let's say you may not be able to attend next year. Guess what? They have it by timeline too. Oh my god. You can look at the current ones for 2024. Just go on to schedule and then press 2024. Bam. Anime Los Angeles. Right there. That was the first con of the year. First con of the year here in the States. And I went to it. But it listed by year. As you can see, we're already right about here. Let's see what cons are going on this weekend. Okay, 27. Tomorrow we have Towson Hills Fan Fest 2024 in Georgetown, Canada. Lobocon in Rodner Park, California. Sarasota Anime Fest in Sarasota, Florida. Anime Ocean City in Ocean City, MD? What the fuck is an MD? I don't know what MD is! Wait, what is MD? I'm sorry, I'm so stupid. It's not, what is MD? Doesn't know where states. Oh my fucking god, laughing point. What the fuck? Oh, is this Maryland? Maryland? It is Maryland. Anyways, sorry, I got distracted. Castle Point Anime Convention, which is a really, really cool one. I highly recommend you go to that one. That was in Skidegis, New Jersey. We got MondoCon in Hungary, all the way out in Budapest, Hungary. Touhou Fest is this weekend. Oh my god, did you know that there's a Touhou convention, chat? Oh my god, there's a Touhou convention and it's happening this weekend. We also have Charleston Anime Fest happening in North Charleston, South Carolina. Anime Onsen. Wait, Anime Onsen's next weekend? It's the one here in Colorado Springs. I should go check that one out. Go check that out for the weekend. Fan Expo in Philadelphia. Oh wait, no wait. Yeah, those are all the upcoming cons. They're happening. And then of course, you can look into the future. Maybe you can't go to a con this year, 2025. Wow, look at all those options. Usually cons don't announce their next event until after this year's convention is complete. Like, so for example, Anime Los Angeles. The date's already on here. And I think all the way until, I think 20, oh no, never mind. So yeah, for example, Anime Los Angeles already happened for 2024 and they announced their next event for 2025, like right after the con. So usually that's when you get to know the next date is after the con ends. You will know next year's date. There are some conventions, like for example, I think one of them is San Japan, if I remember correct. Yeah, San Japan. They are contracted to be at the Henry B. Gonzalez Convention Center for a while, actually. So their dates are pretty much set in forth because they have a contract that literally lists out you are here until this date on this year. And usually for conventions, those contracts can last like about 3 to 5. Longest I've seen is maybe like 10 years. But this is pretty common too, so you may be able to look a little more into the future. Like for example, they're gonna be here in 2026 as well. I think also the same with Anime Boston, Anime St. Louis, and Otakon. I think they all have contracts with their with the locations, so they may be there for a while. AWA was 10 if I recall. Yeah, AWA was 10. You are correct on that. You are correct. But yeah, TLDR, what I'm saying is if your first thought is, Nyaru, where do I attend a convention? Come here, animecons.com. Look up your location. You just look at the schedule, see what's near you, and see if you can attend any conventions. I'm gonna leave the link one more time in chat. But this is a really, really great start point for you guys. I'm probably gonna keep it here for a lot of the stream. But let me. Okay, so you figure out you want to go to convention. Wow, I'm gonna be using 𝗏𝗁 actually as our example convention for this event. So let's see. I'm surprised 𝗏𝗁 Expo actually. Wait, is it on here? Oh yeah, it is on here. Yeah, 𝗏𝗁's here. 𝗏𝗁 is here. Okay, so we're gonna be using 𝗏𝗁 Expo as our example convention today because I totally don't work for there and I'm totally not guessing there, which you should definitely come. Anyways, let's say you're also from, I don't know, Texas. Let's say you're from Texas, okay? So right now, you may be thinking, how am I gonna get there? Where the fuck am I gonna stay? How am I gonna budget all this money to, you know, plan for said convention? So we're gonna start with the money part, I think. I wanna start with the money part. Because depending on your job, I guess it depends. It depends. If you have like a fucking, how do you say, minimum wage job, you probably want to start saving like 6 to 12 months in advance. If you got like a good paying job like me, maybe you can wait like 6 to 4 months. Like maybe you can get away with it. But I would start saving as much as possible, especially if you are going to a convention where you know you're going to be taking a lot of money, because not only do conventions have really, really cool guests, but they also have something called an artist alley and a vendor's hall. Wow! Wow! Here, let's look at their 2023 one. Yeah! So this is the 𝗏𝗁 Expo 2023 Vendors Hall. Now, this area is where you can buy a whole bunch of goodies, man. You can get things from artists. You get things from, like, big vendors. You can go see displays and shit like that. But this is where you're going to be spending a lot of money here as well. Actually, I went in the wrong order. I just realized that. I went way ahead of myself. So yeah, budget not only for the vendors hall, but you should also budget for, give it up, a registration, because you can't get into most conventions without your badge. Oh my god. Oh my goodness, you can't get into a convention. I'm sorry to tell you guys, conventions are not free. However, depending on your location, like for example, in Texas, there is a lot of free events out there. So if you want to start small, I highly recommend starting small, if anything. A random piece of advice I can't fit anywhere else. Number one, if you want to go to your first convention, don't make it a big convention. Make it something local. Make it something small and baby. Because if you're a first timer who is definitely not used to big crowds, an overwhelming schedule, a big like layout of like a convention hall or a something like that, you're not gonna have fun. I'm gonna be so real with you. You are not gonna have fun at a big convention if you're gonna make it your first. Now, you're gonna have fun if you maybe have like a big group of friends who are very, very, experienced in cons. But I'm gonna assume that that's not the case for you guys. So small cons are like the best things. And if you want to look for small cons, honestly, you should definitely. I hate saying this, but you should definitely have like a Facebook. Stop fighting. Stop it. Stop fighting. Anyways, I'm sorry. My dogs are fighting right now. But yes, you definitely please start small. Start small and it's done. My goodness. Done. Bye. Go take nap. Go take nappy. Bye-bye. Anyways, I hate saying this. Okay, like I was going back to what I was going to say before I got really interrupted by my dogs. I hate to say this, but Facebook is still widely used in the con scene. I hate saying that. I hate saying that. I hate saying that. I hate saying that. But it's true. A lot of people still use Facebook for finding out about conventions, finding about little events and local events, and also for like room sharing and I know. I'm so sorry, chat, but it is kind of helpful to have. I personally don't have a Facebook. That's why I don't know anything about like local events here in Colorado, because I don't have a Facebook. But it is still widely used. There's big Facebook groups that do what do you call it? That do a lot of organizing on there, whether it be like fan events, cosplay meetups. Discord, I mean, they're slowly getting in. Like, yeah, I say cons nowadays are slowly getting into using Discord, but Discord is still not the main way to like organize for a lot of people. They're still so used to Facebook. Trey, that's where you're getting rumors for your con. I don't trust Discord. Yeah, exactly. Like Facebook at least like makes it a little more safer, but then again, you still never know. But yeah, if you want, make a throwaway Facebook so you just keep an eye on local shit. But it's an option for you if you want to start local, though. It's an option. So that's another place you can look for conventions. There's some of them pop up on Twitter, but I really don't trust Twitter to find like events in your local area. Facebook is still like the best way to go. Same with anime cons, but anime cons doesn't list all the local stuff. That's why I recommend Facebook. You don't have to make a Facebook account, but it kind of helps. It kind of helps, Oomfies. It just kind of helps. If you want to attend local stuff, it helps. If not, you just gotta make friends and just get to know people in the local area, and they can tell you like, oh, there's a con here, or oh, there's an event happen here. But I'm gonna assume most of y'all are antisocial freaks like me and just want to stay in your own bubble. So yeah, there's your two options for finding more local small scale events. Okay, so that was another way to find stuff. I'm trying to think any other. I was gonna say forums, but that's a dying medium. I used to use forums for shit, but that's a dying medium. Alrighty, so going back. Now we're going back into where I wanted to go, because I got a little bit ahead of myself. So you may be wondering, how much should I actually, budget for a convention? Well, first of all, we're gonna use 𝗏𝘁 for example. $105 through May 31st, 2024. So for badges, the first important thing is you gotta get your hotel and your badge figured out. The earlier you go, or the earlier you figure out you want to go, the more cheaper price you're going to have for a badge. So for example, I don't know if 𝗏𝘁 still has it on here. No, they don't. Okay, let me see if I can find another event that has something like this, because I need to give you guys a full example of this. Okay, I think this is a good convention example. Okay, so we're using San Japan because this is my hometown con. This is my hometown con. Okay, so here, San Japan 15 2024 pre-registration, March 15th to July 14th. 3-day pass up until April 14th. It's going to be $66. Up until April 15th through July 14th, goes up. I think like what, $10? Yeah, it goes up $10 to $75.95. And then on September 1st, which is the day of the convention, it's like they're gonna post pricing like at a later time. But the earlier, what I'm trying to say is, the earlier you get your badge, the cheaper it will be. So like, for example, some cons, like Colossal Con is a really good example of this. I highly recommend Colossal Con if you like partying. Colossal Con offers, let's see, we'll go Colossal Con. Stop, Dougie's, please. We're gonna use Colossal Con as an example. Oh wait, wait. What? That's the same week as 𝗏𝘁 Expo? Prime is the same weekend as 𝗏𝘁? Jesus Christ. Okay, well I'm gonna use East. I'm using East because I'm going to East this year. Attend admission. So, Colossal Con is another example of like a good badge deal. They have a $148 badge that can get you into every single Colossal Con. If you are someone who likes to travel and definitely go to a lot of cons, likes to swim at an anime convention, take note of this deal. It actually might be cheaper than getting a badge. Because as you can see, multi-day pass $95, Thursday pass $20, Friday pass $45. There is single day, there is multi-days. Some have photographer media passes, and of course there's a season pass here. But what I'm trying to say is the earlier you do get in, the earlier you do figure out if you want to go to the convention, the cheaper your badge will be. The closer you get to the convention, the more expensive it will be. Just like airline tickets. The closer you get to when you want to fly out, the more expensive it's going to be. The more time in between you booking and the actual flight date, it's going to be cheaper, you know? But yeah, that's just a big rule of thumb of, what do you call it? Yeah, big rule of thumb. Big rule of thumb for planning your anime convention is look at the badges, get your badges as early as possible. Now, hotels. Let me tell you about hotels now, because hotels is something that's another beast in itself. Hotels it's a bloodbath for some events. It's a bloodbath. The bigger the event, the more of a bloodbath you're gonna have. Some conventions have their own portals to get discounts. If you can, I always highly recommend getting the what do you call it? Is this ours for this year? Oh no, wait, no, that's not it. I highly recommend when they announce the dates for whatever hotel that they're using. You gotta take the time out of your day to fucking get that hotel. I'm telling you now, because rooms do sell out pretty fast for conventions. You can also try room sharing, but I really don't recommend that. It's a big safety risk, and cons don't like it when you guys bunch up together like 8 to 10 people in a room. That's a really big fire hazard. I don't recommend that. As someone who is staffing for an anime convention, I just don't recommend that. 4 max for a 2-bed room, please. Please, I'm begging. Yeah, there are cons out there. Anime Expo, Colossal Con, Hallmat, Anime NYC, Anime Los Angeles, any of the major cons, those are gonna sell out super fast. And again, I highly recommend getting on the hotel block or whatever hotel portal that the convention is using, because you can get discounted rates. You'll get a discount for being part of the convention by booking with the convention. Most conventions don't get a cut from it, but since they buy the rooms in bulk, they get it at a discount price. So they're selling it to you at a discount price because they purchased all the room reservations in a big block. And you are able to take part in that by, you know, when the date drops, you just fucking get it. But there are easier cons. Like I said, the more local you are, the easier it is. You don't have to like get a hotel or anything like that. So that's just really for big cons. For smaller cons, local cons, I don't think you really have to worry about that. I've drove from my grandma's house to San Japan every year because I lived in San Antonio. It's not a big deal for me. But somewhere where it's like, here for example, Akai Expo, it's at Hyatt Regency near SFO. I would rather get a hotel on site because if you guys haven't noticed, let's look at the map right here. Not that many. I mean, there's a couple of hotels. But not all of these hotels are going to be on the same block or not the same hotel block. Usually conventions only rent out maybe 1 or 2 hotels. So for example, they rented out, of course, like the main hotel that they're staying at. And I think they also took a block from, I remember they did another hotel recently. Where's the ice cream shop over? I forgot where the other hotel is at. Either way, there's another hotel that they also got for the convention. Oh, was it the Holiday Inn? I think it was the Holiday Inn. But if you can't get the hotel that is like the mainstay hotel or like a hotel that's very near. Of course, the farther you are, the more walking you're gonna have to do. Some conventions like Anime Los Angeles, for example, Anime Los Angeles. I'll bring up Anime Los Angeles. Anime Los Angeles, they have a pretty good network of trams and buses and little vehicles that take you to and from some of the hotels. And I want you to see how big Anime Los Angeles is hotel. Oh wait, it's not even open this year. Oh, they're not even open yet. I wish they would at least show me a map. Oh, I wish they would at least show me a map. They wish they did show me a map. Okay, anyways. Anime Los Angeles, they pretty much take up the whole entire area that they're in. I think their main convention is, or they're not their main convention, their main hotel is the one right next to the Long Beach Convention Center. So if you look on here, boop, 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 boop. Oh, maps. This is for ALA. This is for ALA. So they have the Hyatt Regency right here. They also have where is the other? There's a couple other hotels like in this area. The Westin gets rented out as well, and then I think the Marriott also gets rented out. I think one of the hotels somewhere around here also gets rented out. Is someone read? I can't tell someone. Sorry. But yes, they will have a little something, but this is very, very rare. I know Colossal Con East, they did that for the furry one. What's that furry one? Oh, Mono! You're the one that raided! Oh, Mono raid! Thank you so much, Mono, for the raid! Okay, so oh my god, okay, so I wasn't going schizo right now. Thank you so much! Thank you, Mono. Let me go ahead and introduce myself for everyone. Seno, 𝗕𝗿𝗵𝗴, 𝗨, hello everyone, my name is Nyaru, an eternal stream, so I don't know, super nice to meet you guys. Welcome. Thank you so much again, Mono, for the raid. Thank you. Today we are talking about attending anime conventions. I have been a 15-year anime convention attendee and staffer, and I want to share with you guys my knowledge about anime conventions. So if you guys want to stick around and listen to me ramble incoherently about anime con advice, and if you guys have questions, feel free to use the advice Q&A function here on YouTube. It just says right there in the pin message, like, have a question about anime conventions, need advice as first timer, ask below. I am taking any sort of advice about conventions, and I want to help you guys have your first good con experience. Or if you've been to a con before, maybe you need a refresher for the 2024 year, or you want to hear advice from someone who has staffed at conventions and wants to help you out. Yeah! Thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs! Or not 5 gifted subs, 5 gifted memberships. We're not on Twitch. Ew. Thank you for gifting them to Reimu, Garzuki, Mobile Young, and Tenchi. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much again, Mona, for the raid. Thank you. Were you DJing tonight? Did you DJ today, or I know you did ASMR yesterday. I was listening to your ASMR yesterday. Oh, you're playing Res. You're playing Res. Whoa! That's an old game. DJ later. Okay, cool. I can go EP to Mono DJ. Everyone, if you can, please go sub to Mono and go listen to her DJ stream later. Okay? We can all relax on a Friday night to this DJ Mono Monet on the radio. Yeah. Thank you so much again. Thank you guys. Rest as well. Yeah, I'm gonna catch up on the VOD after I listen to the DJ stream. Today's my VOD. This is my VOD, or this is my weekend to catch up on VODs of all my friends. Alrighty, thank you again, Mono. We're gonna go ahead and head back to talking about we were just talking about hotels for conventions, and how some cons do multi-hotel rent-outs. We were using Anime Los Angeles as an example, actually. So like we were showing the Long Beach Convention Center, which Mono and everyone of you from VRoid has been to Anime Los Angeles. They were just there this past year, chat, to what do you call it, perform. They did a big 3D performance at the main stage at Anime Los Angeles. It was so fun to watch. If you guys can, you should definitely see if someone, or I don't know if you guys have the VOD up yet, but if they do have the VOD up yet, please go check it out. ALA was very chill. Oh, I love ALA. It's one of my go-to cons every year. Yes, this was the main hotel right here, Hyatt Regency. This is the convention center that it took place at. Like I said, they also meant to Marriott Long Beach downtown and the Westin and a couple other hotels that are around here. But the cool thing about ALA, since it's a big enough con and it's a pretty big area, there's a really nice boba tea place around here somewhere. I think it's, oh yeah, Loose Leaf Boba Tea Company. This is a good like mile walk, mind you. This is a good mile walk from the Hyatt going all the way here to go get my boba tea. So some places, some hotels, they do have shuttles. So sometimes I'll just go over here, like hop on a shuttle and then do the rest of the way to the convention center. But not all conventions have this. I know ALA, Colossal Con, and Anime Expo, they have shuttles, but you also gotta be warned, not all cons can afford shuttles. But most of the big ones can. Alrighty. So yeah, if you're someone who like doesn't mind the walk, I mean, go for it. The farther out it is, the cheaper it is. If you don't mind like taking an Uber every now and then, that may be worth it for you. But the bigger the city, the more you're gonna want to be closer. Just trust me on that, okay? You're just gonna have to trust me on that. Alright, real quick, I'm going to check on the Q&A section real quick before we move on and tell you guys more about hotels. They say there's a hotel related question. Let's see. Alright, any shoes you recommend? Good walking shoes. Like unironically, please invest in good walking shoes. Thank you so much to Saga for the question, by the way. Thank you. I always recommend getting really good walking shoes. Like, please invest in your shoes. I've seen people go with like sandals, with like platforms, boots and everything for, you know, their costume or whatever outfit that they're wearing. Oh my god, no, chat, please. I'm begging you right now. Please actually wear good shoes. Go invest in some good walking shoes. Shoes that are gonna make you comfortable. Shoes that when you take them off, like, you're not gonna feel pain while taking it off. I can't tell you how many times I have sacrificed my own comfort for the sake of fashion, and I have regretted it. I regret it every time. I need hokas. I don't know what hokas are. I wear my Vans all day. Hey, if the Vans like help you, go for it. But unironically, I do highly recommend, please bring some comfortable shoes. Hell, Crocs. If Crocs are good for you, go for it. I sometimes wear Crocs to cons. Like if I'm just going out real quick to get food and coming back, I'll wear my Crocs then. But I highly recommend just a good walking shoe. Go to a fucking sports store, look for a good walking shoe, and bam, you're good. It doesn't need to be like a big name brand, as long as you can. What, you wore your cowboy boots to Anime Expo and your feet pull. Oh my god, dude, I wouldn't even do that. I wouldn't even do that for it. Jesus Christ, my dude. Do you have scars on your feet? I wore my boots to Anime Expo. Like my what are my boots called? Wait, what are my boots called? I forgot what my boots are called. I literally have them in my head. Like, I have the logo in my head, but I cannot think of it. Anyways, I wore thick heel boots I got in Japan. And I thought I broke them in because I walked all over Tokyo with them. I was not prepared for Anime Expo with those. I was not prepared for Anime Expo with my boots, and I highly regret it. So, yeah, please just invest in a good shoe. What's the average amount what is the average amount a con goer spends at a con, by the way? Depending on the con. For an average con, maybe like Off-Kai Expo, I would probably invest either like $700 to $1,000. That's just for your hotel. If you're rooming with someone, that makes it for your flight, for food, for merch, for your badge, I say like on average 1,500 is like the right amount to save and spend. Just considering everything in between. I've done cons as cheap as like $100. Mostly because, again, I either volunteer, I do an event, or oh, that's another thing too. If you volunteer for conventions, you can get discounted tickets. You can get or a free ticket or a free badge, I should say. You can also get a discounted. Some of them offer discounted hotels or like a free room to stay in. Some of them offer food vouchers for the convention space that they're in, so you can get free food there. It really depends on the convention, because I will say there are some conventions out there that will say, hey, come volunteer for us, but they give you jack shit. They don't give you anything. I would just highly recommend it if you do want to consider getting it as going to a con as cheap as possible. Volunteer, do a couple of hours every now and then, and just read what you are getting for your work. Because while it is volunteer work, my personal belief is that you should be getting a free badge in exchange. It doesn't matter the amount of hours. For me personally, it doesn't matter the amount of hours. You get a free badge for giving time to the convention. Anything else, like aside from a free badge, is kind of bonus. But if you want to at least like cheap out on not getting a badge and getting it for free, volunteering is literally the best way of doing it. Another way to get a discounted badge is running a panel. So of course conventions, they have panels, chat. They have panels. They have events that you can sign up to do. Wow, look. I mean, you can participate in like tournaments. There's cosplay showcases. We have the community stage. There's panels. There we go. Panels. These are all last year's panels, I think. Yeah, these are all last year's panels for 𝗕𝗁𝘁𝗂𝘁. A lot of these people, so for 𝗕𝗁𝘁𝗂𝘁, it's a very particular case because, you know, some people did it remote, but a lot of people did also come in person and were able to do their events like, you know, in person. Like, for example, hold on, I'm trying to find, like 𝗵𝗵 right here. There's Miss 𝗵𝗵. There's 𝗵𝗵. She is returning this year as a guest for 𝗕𝗁𝘁𝗂𝘁 to do 𝗕𝗁𝘁 choir. She is going to be doing a whole big VTuber medley of songs with a huge choir. And I think she will be attending in person. And you guys may have saw her last year during 𝗕𝗁𝘁𝗂𝘁 Live, actually, as the opener. So in exchange for her time for doing all that, I think, for example, she would get like a hotel, she would get a badge, probably some food from the con. Of course, the more you do, the more you are given back. But like I said, it's not the same for all cons. It's not the same for all cons. I hope you guys understand that. But there is a way to budget. It is a way to budget. And then, of course, splitting your hotel room, splitting for food. If you can bring snacks, it helps a lot. Not bulking, but going to like a Target and just getting snacks. And if you don't want to spend too much on like a meal, that also helps. I like telling people this because it freaks them out every time. But if you're really broke, if you're so fucking broke, just get your hotel coffee pot, like boil it with water, like use the coffee pot to get like hot water, put ramen in it, and you can have coffee pot ramen every day of the con. You'll have horrible shits, but it's a cheap meal. It's a cheap meal. Damn, she got the real stats. Listen, life hacks with Nyaru. I like that idea for some. I know I'm kind of joking right now, but I but the coffee pots in hotels as well are kind of not clean. They don't actually clean those, chat. Like, maybe they just give it a good rinse in the sink, but they don't put soap and water in those things. I would not actually do that. But again, if you're broke but you really want to go to the con, this is one of the few creative ways that you can get it done. One of the few creative ways. Why do we still have this on here? Why do we still have that on here? Oh wait, this is the Gen 2 website. Oh, this is 20. Why is it still? We should be access. Yeah, okay, I gotta let them know that that's That shouldn't be access. Okay, anyways. Okay, trying to think. Okay, hotel hacks. Oh, here's a hotel hack for you. Let's say we're gonna use Anime Expo for an example, because Anime Expo is the most brutal convention ever. I'll take the decaf. You'll take the decaf ramen? Got you. Okay, Anime Expo, July 4th through 7th, 2024 in Los Angeles Convention Center, downtown Los Angeles. Most brutal fucking event to get a hotel at. Last year, chat, listen to this. Last year, about a week or two before the event, I found a hotel in one of the hotel blocks, and I got it at a discount, and it was so amazing. It was so great. That was the biggest fucking con miracle I have ever had, and I don't know if I can ever have a repeat of that. But you wanna know how I did it? You wanna know how I got a hotel at, what was the hotel again? Hold on. No, hotel. Give me hotel. Accommodations. There you go. Look now. We're gonna look at the hotel block right now. So let's see, I need to look for one anyways. I need to look for one. So this is the hotel portal. So we have the DoubleTree by Hilton Los Angeles, Hotel Perla, House. They're kind of good. You can fly. Yeah, the Omni. Omni, I think it's the close one. The Line, Weston. Weston's pretty far. I wouldn't go. I'm trying to find, what's the main one? The main one that's like Sheraton. Not the, wait, is it the Ritz? Okay, fuck it, I'm just gonna. This one's good. This one has the Whole Foods in it, by the way. You should, I recommend that one. Yeah, that one has the Whole Foods in it. Hotel's a Whole Foods. Okay, so where's the convention? Oh, there it is. So I stayed at JW Marriott. Okay, that's the one. Okay, so sorry. JW Marriott. This is the one I stayed at. This is the I mean, Moxie is also close too, but this is like the main hotel everyone tries to go for, the JW Marriott. I found a hotel at the JW Marriott a week before Anime Expo. How did I do it? So a hot tip I recommend for everyone, if the hotel is sold out, check at the beginning and the end of every month, because, and especially the beginning of the month, there's always cancellations for hotels, for cons, at the beginning of every month, because either someone got fired, someone lost their job, someone just can't go anymore due to a whole bunch of other fucking reasons, whatever it may be. They just can't go anymore. Usually they know by the beginning of the month, and then there's a free. They're not a free hotel, but there's a slot open. But you need to check constantly. You have to check constantly. So like I would say for the first 7 days of the month, plus 2 extra days before like the first of the month, you start checking. You check every day. You check every morning. You check every afternoon. You check every night. And this is if you're desperate. This is if you're desperate, you don't want to walk anywhere, and you want to be as close to the con as possible. For a con like AX, it is highly recommended. But this strategy works for cons like Holiday Matsuri. I've done it before for Colossal Con. I've got a Colossal Con hotel as well, weeks before, using this method. I've also gotten, like, I don't know, man, you just gotta do it, man. You just gotta do it if you're really desperate. You want the con hotel at the con rate. You want something close, but it's all sold out. Check at the beginning of the month. Check at the beginning of the month. Check at the beginning of the month. I highly recommend it. I've gotten sweet finds. But you gotta be consistent, so that's the only thing. If you can't be consistent about it, you're just gonna have to settle for whatever you can. You can always blackmail someone to give up their room too. I would recommend that. Legally, I can't recommend that. I got a hotel at the East Central Reyes by checking every day 3 times per day. Hell yeah! If you really want to go to the event, if you really want to go to something like Anime Expo or even Okai, excellent venue. Book your room. Brings up the Hyatt. And let's see, there's probably not going to be anything. Probably not going to be anything. Let's go with you. So we'll do that. Find rooms. I think there's going to be anything. Yeah, there's nothing. There's nothing. Now, I would say if you want to go to Off-Kai Expo, start checking every single day up from today, probably until maybe the 10th or 11th. But since Off-Kai Expo is a special case, you may want to just check every single day. Check literally every single day from here until about a week before the con, because people are already going to confirm about a week out if they're going to be going or not. But today would be the earliest. Yes, today would be the earliest to start checking. Start checking now as often as you can. If you want to get a hotel for Off-Kai Expo at the Hyatt Regency, which is the venue hotel for Off-Kai Expo, start checking today and let me know if you get a hotel using this advice. Honestly, I gave this advice to so many other people and I've heard success stories, and I would love it if you guys can tell me your success story about it. Yeah. Is there accessible rooms available? Oh, nothing. Fortunately, the hotel has no availability for selected dates. Modify your reservation. Now, if you're super desperate, you don't care. Now, let's say you're a rich friend, okay? You're a rich friend. So we're gonna use Hyatt as an example. We're gonna do 30th to the 2nd. Wait, 30th to the 2nd. Oh, check-in. Come on. There you go. Now, there are some hotels there are some parts of the hotel that they have to technically keep open for just regular hotel business. So most cons don't rent out the full hotel. They only rent out like a specific section or a block of it. So if we go based off this, okay, okay, you guys were smart. People were smart about this. Usually you can find maybe a regular rate hotel. A regular rate, no con rate. If you want to dish out and you're really desperate, this is another way to go. I did do this for Anime Expo one year where I just got a regular ass hotel. It's in the con block, but it was still a pretty good deal for the weekend. That's the only thing. And of course you can look at other hotels around the area. Maybe they're cheaper, maybe they're not. Just gotta do the research. When it comes to hotel, you just have to do the research for it. But sometimes it's simple, sometimes it's not. I hope that answers. It's probably dependent on the con, but how early do you recommend signing up? Oh, we'll get to that soon. We'll get to. There's a lot of questions that I can save for later. But for now, okay, that took up a lot. That took up a huge fucking. I talked like for hotels for around an hour. Okay, so let's say now you got your hotel, you got your badge, and you got for flights is same advice as tickets. Earlier you get it, the earlier you get it, cheaper it is. Closer you get it, the more expensive it is. Simple as. I like Frontier. If you want to be budget friendly, I like Frontier. I don't care what anyone says. Frontier has literally been the nicest low-budget airline I have been on, and the people who get angry at Frontier are just can't read. I'll be real with you. Frontier Airlines is fine. People just can't read. Is there a way to see questions that have been asked already? Unfortunately, not with this function. YouTube is stupid and doesn't let you see that, so that's who I'm flying with for Okai. Hell yeah! Frontier's so good. Frontiers. I love Frontier. Frontier Airlines based. Not sponsored. You're rich, just Uber every day from a nice hotel. That too, if you're that desperate. Get Spirit, Allegiant, and Frontier for cheap. I would not go with Spirit. I'm sorry, I'm very anti-Spirit. I would not recommend that just based off morality. That's just a morale at this point. I would not recommend you. I would not recommend you Spirit. Allegiant, like it's Allegiant of Southwest, like that's like a but I rather Frontier. They've always been nice to me. And I follow the rules that are obviously posted there. I rather pay triple than fly Frontier / Spirit. I rather pay triple than fly Spirit. Period. Spirit is good for the market and nothing else. All right, take a cargo hold than Spirit. I hate Spirit. I wouldn't morally recommend that to you. Anyways. I'm sorry, my dogs are having zoomies, so if you hear them barking, I apologize. Okay, let's say it. You got your hotel, you got your badge, you got your flight and everything. You budgeted, let's say like $1,500 because you're really cool and you saved and you're very responsible. Yeah, you're very, very responsible. Time to actually go to the con. Let's go to the con, everyone. Let's go to the con. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to the Q&A section because there are some really, really good questions that I can probably start off on. So first off, this is probably dependent on the con. Oh, this is from Gets. This is probably dependent on the con. How early do you recommend lining up? It is gonna very, very much depend. The best way to kind of judge that is look at the schedule. Cons will release schedules, chat. There is not one for Offkai Expo right now, but let's go to a convention that's maybe happening this weekend. Like, for example, let's go check out Level Up Expo. Yeah, let's check out Level Up Expo. What is happening this weekend? Alright, yeah, this is like literally happening right now. Okay, let's see exhibit hall events. So, quite literally just such a... Hello, can you please load? There we go. So they have like a cosplay contest, and then they got... actually, no, this does not have a good schedule. I'll be real with you. Not a good example. I thought they would actually have like a schedule. I want to show you guys an example of an actual schedule. Let's look at Touhou Fest. Touhou Fest will have a schedule. Touhou Fest will have a 2024 schedule. There we go. So some cons will have a paper schedule, although paper is kind of a dying medium. But they will have digital schedules either on the website or through like an app through lifescheduler.com. So for example, so for picking up your badge, if you want to pick up your badge, because most cons will not mail your badge to you. Like the only con I know who does that is I think AWA does it, and then Anime Expo. But you have to go pick up a physical badge in order to enter the convention. And to do that, you can either go the day before, like Thursday, which is considered day 0 in con lingo. Usually there will be a pickup site the day before, so where you can go pick up your badge. But there will also be that badge pickup throughout the whole weekend as well. As you can see here at Toyota Hall, 3 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. on a Friday. This is pre-reg. You can go pick up your pre-registration, pre-reg for your badge. Some cons will not have day of badges because nowadays a lot of venues do restrict the amount of people that come into cons or come into like convention spaces. So keep that in mind. Not all conventions will have day of passes, but just read the website of the con you're going to make sure that they are or if they don't. But yeah, pre-reg, you gotta go pick up your badge. The first thing you're gonna do when you get there is pick up your badge. And to line up, I would recommend going about an hour before the pre-reg line closes. Because usually that's when it's empty. The earlier you go for pre-reg, the more of a line you will be. If you're gonna go during like hot hours, like, you know, lunchtime or, you know, middle of the day, right after work lets out, there's gonna be big lines. You're not gonna have fun. You're probably away for like an hour or two. My recommendation, of course, like I said, would be an hour before the pre-reg line closes because that's literally no one's there. 30 minutes before would be best. I've gone late night, the later I go, the more I don't wait. So yeah, that's gonna be the first thing. Don't recommend going right as doors open, because it's gonna be a long line. You're gonna be waiting for a while to pick up your badge. Go like an hour, 30 minutes before they close, and there'll be no one there. Okay, so for the actual convention though, it's gonna definitely vary. For a con like Anime Expo, getting like so many Vietnam War flashbacks. If you have a particular booth that you know that is popular, if there was something announced where it's like, I want to line up for that, I don't want to miss that period. Literally, I'm gonna tell you now, line up as early as possible. Mostly because don't want to miss out on it, man. You don't. However, if you're just going to hang out, you don't really care about like buying something right away. The panel you maybe want to go to is on until later. You don't gotta line up like day one waiting for the doors to open for most conventions. The only one you really have to do that for is maybe Anime Expo. But I'm gonna be real with you, lining up for conventions, like, you don't have to. I mean, it can exist. It depends, but it's not really required most of the time. Again, unless there's a booth that has like exclusive merch that you want. If maybe there's a specific guest that you want to go like meet in person and get like an autograph from, maybe that's the only time you would line up. Panels, you can definitely line up for those. I will say the late night 18+ panels though, especially at events like Anime Los Angeles Colossal Con, you will need to line up for those. You'll need to line up for those. Any popular events, any big time, big name headliner events, you should line up, I'd say about an hour, hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. I say an hour before. It's just like, yeah, it really depends. I'm kind of all over the place about this because like there's so many scenarios that there can be in. There can be the Artist Alley scenario where it's like, you know, there's like a artist that you want to buy from and you want to get like their merch first because you don't want anything to sell out. There you go. Vendors Hall, same situation, but with industry booths. We'll scroll down here. We're using Touhou Con as an example. Touhou European Extravaganza. This is where A1. I'm so jealous of you guys going to fucking Touhou Con because A1 is going to be there. Like the actual A1 is going to be there. I would recommend you line up an hour early for this one because it's going to be a full house for the rest of the night here because this is going to be a really, really popular one. Guest signing meet and greets. I recommend an hour. Let's see. Cosplay meetups, I wouldn't really, that's not really something you line up for. You just kind of go and, hang out there. Tournaments, you don't really need to line up unless you want to sign up for those. Homology, regular panel, I say like 30 minutes before, maybe 15 minutes before. Depends on the panel popularity. But yeah, it really does vary. It does vary, man. I know it's not like a good answer or like a solid answer, but yeah, it really does vary. I'd say on average 30 minutes to an hour, but again, most cons you don't really need to line up for. Honestly, like the only one you really need one to line up for is like Anime Expo, but AX is because like it's a huge convention that brings so much good into stuff, and so many booths there do so much free promo and like giveaways, and like the first 100 people to the booth get like a special gift or something like that. That is the reason why Anime Expo. Actually, I know a lot of people in the comments are like, oh my god, Anime Expo is like LionCon and everything, and like, did you see like the big crowds for like Anime Expo? It's so dangerous. I'll be real with you. Anime Expo, the big crowd. Okay. I talked about this before. I'm gonna bring up the image. So Anime Expo crowd. I'm gonna dispel a huge myth about Anime Expo crowds. You see this bullshit? You see this shit right here? This shit only exists for maybe like the first hour of the convention. Get it up. Open image. Okay, this shit that you see on screen, this is like this is day one, an hour before the convention even opens. Like the vendors hall, the entertainment hall, all the halls, all the panels. This is before everything opens. So when people start spreading stuff about Anime Expo being like, it's so dangerous, like, they're dangerous for other reasons. They're dangerous for even letting this happen in the first place, but after the first hour, like around like noon time, it's crowded, but it's not like this. It's never, honestly, it's only like this for like the first hour. And that's really it. And I don't get and the only reason why people line up like this is because they want to be like the first person to like get merch and like get items that they like, or get like a gift from like a booth or something like that. Other than that, you don't need to line up like this at Anime Expo. You don't need to. And people who say that it's like this throughout the whole weekend, they're kind of lying to you. That's just sensationalism. Anime Expo, and I just don't think they should be doing this at all, period. Like doing the big crowd, then like open the floodgates and everything. After 20, there are no lines to get in for. Yeah, after 12, there's no lines at AX. So the line con myth for AX only exists because the people that don't attend Anime Expo kind of spread around this notion that there's lines. Does the Crunchyroll booth causing blockage? No, okay, now that's a different kind of line con. That's a different kind of line con. Because they were stupid to close the outside pathway. Like, I felt like the crowds were there to resolve the security thing and not to let people in the center because they thought it opens for the vendor hall hours. Exactly. But yeah, you don't deal with this. What I'm trying to say. So that's the line stuff. I think that covers everything with lines. I hope it does. Sorry if I skipped out on anything. Let's see. Let's answer my questions about cons. How do you personally deal with the big... so how do you personally deal with big lines? So let's say you do have to go to an event that has like a big line. Be patient. Just be patient. Please listen to the staff. If they tell you to move like a certain way, or like scooch over a little bit, or move up, move back, please listen to them. I would also bring some form of entertainment with you while you wait. Make sure your phone is charged. Have a phone battery or like an external battery for your phone. That's how you can stay connected just in general, and also give yourself some entertainment while you wait. Do bring water, but I also don't want to recommend water because that also makes you go pee-pee and then you can lose your spot in line. But I just say like have your phone with you and make sure it's like charged and everything. It helps so much. If you're social and if they're open to talking, I would say talk to your neighbor, but I'll be real with you. There's some moments at cons where I'm just like, I just don't want to talk to you. I just want to wait for my panel, go see my panel, and then go home. Or not go home, but like go back to my hotel. You can talk to your neighbor, but I also wouldn't recommend it, because you never know, like if you never know the state of someone who's like who's waiting for a panel. Some people just may not be up to it. Hydrate early, then pee, then wait in line. There you go. Life has bring a collapsible accordion, still like $20 from Amazon. I would be careful with that actually, because not all convention centers can, allow that sort of stuff in, depending on like what it's made out of. So I would just be very, very careful. Be very careful. You can try to bring it in, but if they tell you no, just listen. Just forget it at home. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. I like did an autism share out. I'm sorry. But yeah, deal there. What I'm trying to say, you can try to bring one in, but some places see it as a safety concern. Some of them don't. I know. Yeah, AX does let them in, but not all places do. So just be sure you read the TOS and like the rules for like the convention center, and if you really want to know if you can bring in something like that, just ask the con themselves, like through Twitter or email them, anything like that. Refillable plastic water is amazing. Oh yeah, refillable plastic water. I get a tooth that lets you pee while stand. Oh no, you should never do that. No, that's really disgusting. I would not do that. As a staffer, please never do that. Please don't. That's really nasty. That's really nasty. Please don't do that. You will get kicked out of the convention if you pee in like some sort of bottle, and you will probably get arrested in some way. Get a neck fan to keep you cool. Oh yeah, fans. If it's an outdoor event, definitely do that. But most conventions, aside from Anime Expo, do keep you do have the air conditioner running. I know ALA is good at that. I know Off-Kai Expo is pretty good at that. But other than that, like, unless it's an outdoor event, you don't really need fans. You don't really need fans. But get it for a summer event. Get it for an outdoor event, definitely. Anime Expo is another great place to bring that. Now, what is the best day to go to a convention if you want less people? Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Sunday is the best day to go for the least amount of people. If you're someone who doesn't like big crowds, who doesn't like the Maid events or anything, just wants to like hang out, go check out the con, maybe meet up with your friends like one day, I would choose a Sunday. And Sunday is honestly the best time to go shopping as well for the vendors hall. Most vendors in Artist Alley want to get rid of as much merch as possible. So you can probably score some discounts. Just be sure that you, if they say no on haggling or anything like that, just don't bother. But it is possible to get like good deals at the vendors hall on Sundays, because usually that's when the con ends. But I would say Sunday is like the best time to go for the least amount of people. How do you make friends with other cosplayers? Asking for a photo is already nervous enough. Going to meetups, actually. If you want to make friends with other cosplayers, going to meetups. Like cosplay meetups. Like, for example, if I can show you on... What's a convention I can show you? I can't think of a convention that's gonna go on this weekend that's having cosplay, but usually on the schedule there will be like, oh, there's like a meetup for this series, or there's a cosplay photo shoot for that series. That is a really, really great place to meet other cosplayers. Now, you're not guaranteed to talk to anyone, but when you do group up with like whatever costume you have on from whichever series, it can be a nice little icebreaker just to see like other cosplayers from like the same series or the same character. Those are where I would recommend like meeting other cosplayers. Another thing is you can probably sign up for like cosplay competitions or like the cosplay showcase competitions, but you also need to have a handmade costume to participate in those, so that may be a barrier of entry. And then panels. Panels is another great place to like, I guess like not really meet other people, but like at least know that there's people interested in the same thing as you. If the panelist is a good host, they'll definitely get like some interaction going and like answer your questions right away and kind of make it a more collaborative type of panel than just like someone sitting here and doing like a lecture. It just really, it kind of varies. Kind of varies. Cosplay is hard to get into. They make, it's like making your own, yeah, it's like making what? Sorry, I can't read that for some reason. It's like making your own kind? Your own, what? Oh, it's like making your own kind? Kind of what? Cosplay's not really hard to get into, if I had to be honest. The only barrier of entry is if you want to make it or if you want to buy it. See, back my day, there used to be, you used to either have to make your own cosplay or you had to risk getting your cosplay pre-made from a very, very sketchy website. There was no in between. You don't have to make your own cosplay. That's a very, very common misconception about cosplay, actually. Now, if you want to enter into like cosplay competitions, yes, you will have to hand make yours. But if you want to go to a con just to dress up with your friends or just dress up as your favorite character, there's no restriction for that. There's no restriction at all. You can just go. You can buy a costume online. And trust me, people will just be happy to see whatever character you're cosplaying. Yeah, cosplay is just so much easier. There's so many resources out there. If you want a good quality spot cosplay, honestly, this does sound weird. I recommend AliExpress and Taobao. AliExpress, of course, is like the American version of Taobao, but depending on the listing and who it's being sold from, you can find some really, really, really great cosplays on there for pre-made and for very cheap. If you want to take it the extra mile and you want to get listings, if you want to get an even cheaper listing, but still a high quality cosplay, you gotta learn how to navigate Taobao and order on Taobao through like a, how do you say, a shopping service. Ali to check Taobao for price. Yeah, that's a good, yes, you know that rule! I'm about to say, you check AliExpress for the listing and you go to Taobao for the price. That's usually how it goes. Chinese website is the American version of a Chinese website? Yes. Yes. Easiest cosplay is to buy Miku or Sailor Moon wig and just similar to the casual outfit fan art. Yeah, you can do that's called closet cosplay actually. If you want to just throw on a wig and just wear like a casual outfit, people do that all the time. What I'm trying to say is there is not one way to cosplay anymore. We're not bound by having it have to be handmade unless you're participating in competition. The easiest way to get social is to dress up. And the easiest way to dress up is just do a store-bought cosplay, you know? I have a friend who tailors for a living and does cosplays for me, not cheap though. Oh yeah, no, handmade can be cheap, but if you commission someone, it's going to definitely be expensive. Then I use this talk to finally work on my cosplay again. Hell yeah! If you're a beginner cosplayer, hell, there's meetups for like sewing and like handmade cosplays. There's panels for like how to, you know, create a cosplay, how to sew, how to do like prop making. Conventions are more than just fandoms coming together. It's also exchange of knowledge. So if you're interested in like, you know, creating something and you want to know more about how to create something, cons are a really perfect place to go that and to network yourself into or get to know people who are also interested and maybe can help you in the future. Ingenuity is a lot more fun than accuracy sometimes. Cosplayers are the rigors of conventions. They make fat. Oh yeah, they do. But yeah, don't have this misconception that you need to hand make your cosplay for conventions. You don't have to, honestly. You really don't. Handmade cosplay is as cheap as you make it. You can literally make any cosplay out of glue, paint, and time. I've seen chat in the 2010s. You know what was popular? Making your cosplay out of duct tape. I remember one year to a con I went to, there was a cosplay duct tape competition where people would just create their cosplay completely out of duct tape. And then they would win fat stacks of cash when the duct tape trend. Yeah, the duct tape trend in the 2010s. That was a big thing. Using last year's favorite of the month anime costume you bought a spirit helmet is last year is an option. Not great one, but it's still an option. Tape Man from My Hero Academia. I've never seen My Hero Academia. I'm sorry. That could go hard depending on how creative you get. Yeah, exactly. Your duct tape prom. I made duct tape wallets. I remember making duct tape wallets. Anyways, we're getting off topic. We're getting off topic. But yeah, don't be bounded by this notion that you need to hand make your cosplay. It can be whatever you make it out to be. Anyways, let's go ahead and answer a couple more questions. Do you feel pressure to talk to people? If you're an introvert, you might want to blend in or be like, no, honestly, for me, I really enjoy not talking to people. I'll be real with you, I can be social, but honestly, I enjoy going to cons at my own pace and just being in my own bubble. You can definitely, I actually recommend approaching cons in this way. Because like there's this notion when you go to cons like, oh, I have to go with like a big group of friends because I see other people going with their big group of friends and I feel left out because of that. You should definitely enjoy the con by yourself before you enjoy it with a group of friends. As an introvert, I find it easier to talk with people. The hard part is just breaking the ice. Yeah, exactly. Ah, Momiji. Happy. Oh, she's trying to challenge Yoshi to play with her. Okay, Anyways, what was I saying about cons? Oh yeah. That I don't know. For me, it's like I've done it with friends, and like you know, it may be nice to go with friends to a convention, but the moment like you figure out like, oh shit, like they want to go do this panel, but I want to go do that panel, but I really want to stay with my friends. Like you know, you get that like internal fight, and it becomes very, very tiring. A big advice I have is just learn to love going to a convention by yourself before going with friends, because then you can appreciate the con a little bit more. I go to cons with friends and sometimes solo to make con friends. Ditch them. See, but then don't you feel bad for like ditching your friends? Honestly, for going solo nowadays, I just meet up eventually. Exactly. There's nothing wrong with doing that. I know a lot of people look at cons and like I said, they look at them and they think, I gotta go with a group of friends. You don't have to. You can meet new people there, but you don't have to go to the convention initially with like a big group. Trust me on this. I'm glad a lot of people are also mentioning in the chat that, you know, they also prefer going solo. I think it's just definitely an older person thing, where it's like you kind of enjoy your own space, your own time when you're by yourself versus like a big group. Thank you for helping me reiterate that, chat. Thank you. Okay, I have another question. I bumped into you at Anime Los Angeles. Oh no, I'm so sorry. But didn't say hi to respect your privacy. Is that the correct move, or should fans say hi? It's gonna depend on the person, depend on the VTuber, depend on the cosplayer. My rule of thumb is if they haven't publicly said that it is okay to meet up with them, if they haven't publicly said that you can go up to them and say hi, I would just respect their privacy, respect their time. If they eventually, like, you know, see that you're out there, you're at the convention and be like, oh, let's do something, you know, that's when you can be like, okay, you can meet up with them. But the best, unless, for me, I don't mind it, because I've been around the con scene for such a long time that I just have random people come to me and be like, oh, you used to do like Idol Festival. Oh, you used to do this and that. I'm like, yeah, that's me. Yeah, that's me. I just grown so accustomed to it that for me it's okay. But just because I'm okay with it, especially as a VTuber, doesn't mean that other VTubers will be okay with it. Again, rule of thumb: if a VTuber or personality, celebrity, cosplayer, whatever it may be, unless they say it is okay to come up to me, please come up to me and say hi if I'm at the event, just assume that it's not okay. That's like the biggest rule of thumb. And if you kind of know they're going to an event, like for myself, I'm going to Off-Kai Expo. It's totally okay if you guys can recognize me. You're free to come up to me. I will say, don't be disappointed if I ruin your immersion. Don't be disappointed by what you see. But yeah, it's totally okay to come up to me at Off-Kai Expo. I'll be around the whole weekend. I'm gonna be probably running around doing a lot of business stuff. So if I do look busy, please, if I do look busy or stressed, I would say please give me my space. But otherwise, it's okay to come up to me. I don't really care. That's a good question though. Thank you, especially for the VTuber fans in chat. It's a very, very good question to ask. Always just make sure that there's permission or some sort of rule or boundary established before you go up to them. If you don't know the rule or boundary, just don't chance it. Don't chance it. Okay. Cause one ask out the cute cosplayers asking for friends. Don't go to cons to date. I'm gonna be so real with you. I know I joke about it every now and then, but don't go to cons to date. Don't go to cons looking to hook up. That is like the biggest mistake you'll ever make in your life. Please, I'm literally begging you. Con girls, they are so Manhera. They're so Manhera. Chat, I've seen shit, okay? You wanna know what's the cringiest thing I've seen? There's like e-girl cosplay girls. But yeah, they had a speed dating panel. I'd say those are like 90%, actually 99% guys and 1% girl. Most of those speed dating panels don't really take off and they end up just being like a juggernaut of shitposting. But yeah, don't go to cons to hook up. I'm gonna be real with you. Met my most serious girlfriend at con. I want that back. Okay, I will say, there are success stories. Actually, no, I won't say it. I did meet a good friend, wink wink, a former good friend, wink wink, at a con, but they were sinky to me, and I no longer talk to them. If you can catch my drift. If you can catch my drift. I mean, you can find good friends there, but I would not go with the intention, is what I'm trying to say. Don't go with the intention to date, or to look for a hookup, or look for look for a girl or a guy or however the fuck you swing. It's just kind of cringe, and like I said, the cringiest thing I've seen was at Colossal Con, where it's like a whole bunch of like cosplay ethot type of girls. They'll host like room parties just to like, okay, chat, hold on, I'm gonna tell y'all a con story. I'm gonna tell y'all a con story from last year's Colossal Con. If you were around last year, for the Colossal Con recap stream, you'll know the story. Andy, please don't. No, I'm gonna tell them. I'm gonna tell them because at Colossal Con East, chat, I went to Colossal Con East. There was a room party, chat. There was a room party. It was hosted by some cosplay ethots, and it was a licking party. Now you might be wondering, what is a licking party? A licking party apparently is where people will line up, and there will be a girl sitting in the tub, either in the hotel tub or in an inflatable like pool, and they will throw substances on them, whether it be like ketchup, sugar, honey, all over their body, and you will go up to them and you will lick them with your tongue. And it would be on very intimate parts. How did I know about this party? I got dragged to it by my friends. And half of my friends came out vomiting from that. They came out vomiting from that. And I'll be real with you, it was the most unsanitary thing I think I've ever come across. Because chat, they didn't clean in between all the lickings. They didn't clean at all. And you know the reason, and not only were people fucking degenerate enough to like actually do it, the only reason why people are degenerate enough because they think they can hook up with these girls. At Colossal Con, at Anime Los Angeles, there's so many cosplay ethot type of girlies, that OnlyFans type of girlies that go there with like their we call them orbiters, chat, where they orbit around the girl the whole weekend. And like, you know, they do their best to like, it's kind of like a mating ritual. Oh, and you know in the animal kingdom when like a lioness is ready to mate and there's like a whole bunch of lions surrounding her, and like, you know, they pretty much like fight off and try to impress her as much as they can in order to mate with the lioness. It's pretty much that, but with humans, with like really like with dudes and a cosplay ethot. Don't end up like that, chat. Don't end up being fooled like that. Don't end up being fooled like that. Don't waste a whole $150 con badge chasing a girl the whole weekend just trying to impress her. Don't do it, chat. Not worth it. It's really not worth it. Okay. What question was that? Okay, cute cosplay. Yeah, that was. I think that was that question. Yeah, it was that question. Let's see. Where do we meet for the annual con pants grab? Off-Kai Expo. How do I groom a two of you at a con asking for a distant acquaintance? You just go to the barbershop, obviously. You take them to the barbershop. You take them to the haircut place, and you groom them. Where else would you groom people? Billy. Do you have any advice for performing at con? I'll be performing at a con for the first time and I'm super nervous. Well, first of all, congratulations. Second of all, practice. Literally practice beforehand. Practice your whole set with whatever songs you're gonna be using, whatever setup you're gonna be using. Practice. You also need to come up with backup plans in case you have extra time or you're running overtime. Like, what songs are you going to prioritize over other songs if you're going to be running out of time? Or what songs can you add to the set list in case you are running out of time? Give yourself time to talk to the audience as well. A lot of performers neglect this at cons, but you really need to, give time to actually interact with your audience. Yeah, those are pretty good advices. Oh, and if you want to apply for different cons later, please build up a portfolio. Whether it be, so I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to show you guys on my brand. Wow, Nyaru has a website. Did you guys know that? It has a really cool website. So this is my website. Oh, shit. This is my website. My official website, TM. I use this to display so much, but this is my favorite section. I display not every single event, but I display my most important events here. In my media kit, where I show everyone my statistics, what brands I've worked with, what services I offer, and events that I've performed at. And one thing I'm going to be working on soon is going to be a kind of reel, like kind of like a voice reel, but for con performing and attending cons, so I can show people examples of the work and events and performances that I do. So yeah, build up your portfolio, keep doing more cons, and good luck, man. There's my events calendar, by the way. Yeah. Well, that makes sense. Okay, next question I have. That's not a question. That's not a question at all. The only voice really you need is the Big Bill Hells. Okay, funny enough, I have that in my about section. Right here, the voice dub example that I have here is my Big Bill Hells. Go straight to it. Fuck you, Baltimore! If you're dumb enough to buy a new car this weekend, you're big enough to... That's you! Cars of this!
If you think you're gonna find a bargain at Big Bill,
you can kiss my ass! Yes. Oh yeah, and then I also have my top clip there, but okay. I'll do something about I'll do another stream about my website, chat. I'll do another stream about websites and shit like that. Anyways, Sneed isn't a question, so I'm skipping yours. Fuck you. Anime Expo specific. How's Thursday if it's the first day? Crowded or light? Crowded. Any first day of Anime Expo is gonna be crowded. Because that's the first day, that's usually like when a lot of booths give out a lot of free stuff. And a lot of people are gonna be lining up to try their best to get all of the free stuff. So that's gonna be when it's gonna be, I wanna say it's gonna be crowded, but that day one, like line to get in for like the first couple hours, it's when it's gonna be like the most brutal. Saturday, it's gonna be even more brutal. Honestly, but I'd say Thursday for vendor hall, it will get really, really busy. For anywhere else, like a panel or maybe even entertainment hall, you can probably get away with it, but depends. Yeah. Do you have any advice for people that run and staff conventions? What kind of advice are you looking for? That's a very open-ended question. I'll need a more detailed question. Like, what kind of advice are you looking for? Like, what to do, what not to do, experiences I've had, what have I learned, what have, like, do you have, what do you want to know? What do you want? It's too open of a question. Because I could go on and on and on, but I don't want to, I don't want to answer and then, like, I don't answer your question properly. Okay. I'm trying to think. Anything else that... Oh, here we go. Okay, I have an idea. I have a point I can go to. Yes, cons bring guest chat. And I would say, if you... my main reason for going to cons most of the time is either... I have 3 priorities, or 2 priorities, actually. It's either I have friends going... actually, I take it back. It's 3. It's 3. Friends are going. That's like my number 1 priority or like decision about going to a con. If I know a friend is going to be there, if I know my group of con friends are going to be there, the more likely I'll go. The second thing that's priority for me is business. Am I going to be guesting at the con? Am I going to be doing a panel there? Is there going to be a business opportunity to, you know, am I going to get something out of this? You know? And then the third thing is guests, which I'll go over now. So yes, you can go to a concert for just 1 guest. I've done it before millions of times. Like, you could totally come to Offkai Expo because wow, who's that? It's almost the brown section right here. It's almost the brown section right here because we have me, Senna, Tomoe, and Caesarea. We're all brown looking. Then poor Mori and Fear. They're in between all the brown girls. can come to Akai Expo specifically for me. I literally skipped school to go to an anime con because one of my favorite idol groups, Morning Musume, came to a local convention in Texas. Anime Matsuri, which is a really bad con. I hate that con now, but at the same time, they did come locally to me and it was accessible to me. I had a friend from Houston that I've known since like elementary school drive all the way up to get me from San Antonio. They drive down to Houston and then we spent the night in the hotel and then we woke up and I went to go see Morning Musume the whole weekend. It was really, really cool. If you're definitely someone who hasn't, like, you know, been to a con or haven't been to a con before and not sure, like, if it's if it's worth going to a con, I would say start with the guest list. See if the guest list are people you're interested in. Cons usually have anything ranging from like voice actors, directors, guests from Japan, performers, artists, recently VTubers. But like you can go to cons for any reason, but this is a good place to start. This is a good place to start. It's just looking at the guest list and thinking, is there any guests I want to see? And would it be worth going to the con to go see these guests? Some of them, yes, it's been so worth it for me. For others, not really, and I just skip out on them. You don't have to go to every con, by the way. It's when you go to your first con, you're gonna think, man, I'm gonna want to do this again. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't go thinking. Don't go after the first con and think I gotta do this again like soon, ASAP. No, please give yourself time to rest in between. And only go to a con if you deem it worth going to a con, whether it be for friends, a guest, a certain artist being there. Don't go just willy-nilly because just because. Have a reason you want to go to cons. Otherwise, it gets expensive and you'll get burnt out of cons. I've gotten burnt out of cons before. And there was a whole year I just didn't go to cons because I was just so burned out by going. I guested behind the scenes, or not guested, but I've done staff stuff behind the scenes for cons on that year that I just didn't go to cons at all. Yeah, talk about post-con depression and recovery. I could get to that. I could get that towards the end, actually. Just be sure to submit it as a question in the questions box, so that way I can remember to do it. Otherwise, I won't remember. I work for the hotel. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. I work from the hotel to go to cons, save PTO. Oh, nice. But not everyone has like that same luxury, so I can't recommend that to everyone. Gotta think about like the average person, if that makes sense. Yeah, that's something you consider. You can also consider like, if there's a good panel that you want to go to, you maybe want to go for like learning purposes to like just go to a whole bunch of like lectures and panels. That's not a good reason to go to cons too. But yeah, the last thing I want is for you guys to go through what I went through and just get completely burned out. Going to a con just because you think you need to go to it. You don't have to go to every con. You don't have to be at every con. I learned this the hard way, and I don't want you guys to go through this. Spaghetti? Call me spaghetti. That's not a question. Shut the fuck up. What is something you wish you knew on your first con experience that you would tell someone who has never gone to a con? Research the con. Because the first con I went to was with my mom at the age of 12 at a college convention, which are very popular. Some colleges do have anime conventions that are hosted by their clubs. Which, again, if you're in a college town, just look and see if the local college has like a anime event going. Most likely, they do. But one thing I kind of wish about was I did more. I wish I looked more into the con, because when I got there, you know, I was so excited, but all I did was just go through the vendor hall and then go to the cosplay show because my mom pointed it out to me, and then that's it. I kind of wish I did more research about what's going on at the con, who's going to the con, like more about like meetups. Yeah, just overall, I wish I did more research. And I want you guys, and the reason why I'm trying to make this as generalized as possible is because every single con is different. They are not run the same way. They don't have the same guests. They don't have like the same themings. They don't have like the same, like, you know, mission statements. Not one con is the same. And you got to take the time to look into the con before, you know, you actually go. Shout out to UchiCon in University of Chicago, best little con I ever went to. Hell yeah! And it was a recent, yeah, it was at BrookCon actually. I actually guested at a college convention last weekend. Yeah. If I don't go to all cons, how will I find my Manhera cosplay GF? Don't go to cons, please. I'm begging you, chat. I'm on my knees right now. Please don't go. Please don't go to cons expecting to date because it's not gonna. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Your Manhera cosplay GF. Your cosplay slut cake princess will not be there, chat. Because she's probably being orbited by like 10 other guys you're gonna have to like fight off. I'm gonna be so real with you. That's literally the reality of like beating your cosplay, your Manhera cosplay GF is also fighting 10 other guys that probably want a piece of that Manhera cosplay GF. It's not worth it. Please spend your con time doing something else more worthwhile. One of my cosplays good enough to beat out the other orbiters. Oh, that's up to the Manhera cosplay GF. That's not up to you. That's not up to you. That's not up to you. Hard to do research now when some cons announce guests weeks before the weeks before it starts. That's why you gotta research. But that's the reason why you research. You go. So a hot tip I recommend to you guys is look at what the con had last year. So we're gonna go back to anime cons. We're gonna use Anime Los Angeles. So Anime Los Angeles is like the first con of the year for the United States. So I'll go back to our 2024 year. If I want to consider going to Anime Los Angeles, I want to see if it's worth it. I'll literally look at stuff they had last year. Whether it be the dealer's hall, the schedule that they have, all the stuff they have here in their interactive section. Maybe check out their registration, check out the past guests that they had. So this is all the past guests they had last year. They had a fucking idol group. They had Touhou Shibuya. I don't see V4 Mirai on here. But V4 Mirai was there. That was some VTuber stuff. V Shoujo was there as well. Oh, nice. Wait. What? Huh? I'm confusion. Sorry. Anyways. You got the experience you want to share about the cosplay GF tits seems pretty. Oh, I already talked about it, but I can talk about it here again. I can sum up again why what do you call it? Why I think like that. But yeah, no, literally, still you have to do research. So if you want to consider going to a con, just look at the past guests. Just look at the past like schedule, because more than likely whatever they had there, they'll have something similar to it next year. So we'll use Akai also as an example. We're gonna look at the guests for last year. How did I access the guests for last year? How did I access that again? Hold on. How did I access that? I forgot how I accessed that. Oh, hold on. I know. I remember. 2023. I gotta tell them that they gotta fix that. Oh no! I gotta tell them they gotta fix this, but oh no, maybe they fixed it already. Maybe they fixed it. They fixed it live. LMAO. But yeah, last year, for example, Face Connect was there. Year before, Face Connect was there. I think Face Connect will be there. It will be there next year. Probably next year, as long as they're still around. Akai Expo is going to be a name staple for a lot of major agencies, especially the mid-tier agencies like Idol, V4 Mirai, V-Dare, Face Connect. You're gonna expect them to be there in some capacity. It may not be on an official capacity, but they will be there. So, based on that, who want to go to Akai Expo? No? I don't know if that makes sense. But you gotta learn how to, like, I guess predict this type of stuff. It's definitely a skill. I don't know how to explain it. I'm sorry. I don't know how to properly explain like this because it's It's an autism. That's it. It's an autism thing. That's what it is. It's quite literally an autism thing for me. Where it's like, I'm really good after doing this for so long, I kind of predict like, okay, I know what kind of guests they're bringing next year. Anime Week in Atlanta, Anime NYC are another good examples. Like, they brought in Japanese music guests. They brought in idol groups before. I'm gonna expect them to bring pretty much some sort of idol group like every year to those cons because they've kind of have that reputation now. So yeah, even if they're not announced, like, even if they're announced weeks before the convention, you got to make that educated guess. You gotta learn how to make the good educated guess when it comes to cons. If that specific type of person will be there. I know what you mean, but post-COVID has been rough for seiyu and music guests. It's been getting better now. Actually, no, it got worse recently. So, chat, I'm gonna be real with you. If you really enjoy Japanese guests, it's gonna become a lot harder and probably more expensive for conventions. Probably bring in Japanese artists and seiyus and any sort of like talent because they are raising the visa prices for Japanese or just foreign performers in general. So if you want to see, so that might end up resulting in a lot of badge increases over the next couple of years, especially for those cons who, you know, kind of don't have like that corporate backing or are purely funded out of like, you know, fans. Then, oh yeah, no, you need visas to perform. Chat, you don't know that? Oh, okay. Insider tip for you guys. Any Japanese guest, any performer, any seiyu, any artist, any director, anyone who is getting paid or has exchange of services coming here to the United States to be at an event needs to have a visa. And yes, it's going to be a 260% increase. I don't know shit about the immigration and visa laws. Yeah, no, you need that. You actually need that for most countries, actually. Even in Japan. If you're going to be working in Japan, you need to have a working visa. If you're going to be performing in Japan, you need to have a performer's visa. Oh, when did that happen? First time I heard about this increase, like a couple weeks ago, actually. They announced this a couple of weeks ago. So it may be harder for Japanese guests to come over in the next couple of years. Why don't they just get a MasterCard? I don't know what MasterCard has to do with this, actually. Sorry, I don't know if you're making a joke. But yeah. I'm not looking forward to the badge increases. That's the thing we're gonna have. There also may be an increase in just focusing on English voice actors and definitely VTuber talents. VTuber talents are going to be a lot more easier to, what do you call it? Easier to bring over, if that makes sense. Because for VTubers, you don't really need to travel to like attend a convention, if that makes sense. Or discover. I don't know what is this joke? What is this joke you guys are making? I don't get it. I don't get the joke you guys are trying to imply. I'm sorry. Sorry, not credit cards. Okay, yeah, they're credit cards. I don't get it. Credit card companies. Yeah, I know they're credit card. What Visa is a card too. That doesn't make sense. I'm talking about like performer visas, not the credit card. I know Visa's a credit card, but I'm talking about a completely different Visa. I think this is my autism getting to me. I take things too literally sometimes. I'm sorry. This is my taking things too literally autism. It's a pun. They know it's a joke, you goober. That was the joke, but I'm not talking about visas, like the credit card visa. I'm talking about like legal visas, like coming into the country type of visas. Homophones can be jokes too. 𝗕𝗿𝗿𝗺? I don't know what that is. What is that? Now I'm talking about travel visas. My take things too literally autism cannot handle this right now. You're taking it bad. How dare you, chat? You're so ableist, chat. How fucking dare you take advantage of my autism? Chat, you ableist fucks! How dare you take advantage of my autism and try to confuse me? Okay, anyways. What are the worst food/trucks at cons from your experiences? Actually, I have not found a bad food truck at a con. I'm really trying to think right now. I really haven't had like a bad food truck experience. Not really. Can I tell you all the good ones? If you ever go to California, specifically the Los Angeles area for a convention, there'll be a food truck called Okamono Kitchen, and they serve literally the best Japanese food, like Japanese comfort food. I definitely found bad food trucks at cons, or at least overpriced and mid food trucks. I avoid the corporate food trucks like California Pizza Kitchen and because I see the California Pizza Kitchen one every year at Anime Los Angeles. So I avoid that one just because why would I eat California Pizza Kitchen out of a food truck when I could just go eat at a California Pizza Kitchen? I'd say the longer the line, definitely. Actually, no, this doesn't really apply here. No, in Japan this applies. LA has danger dogs. Oh, the danger dogs! Hell yeah, I love danger dogs. If you go to downtown LA, chat, especially during Anime Expo, you can find some really good tasting street hot dogs, like bacon wrapped street hot dogs. The more if they talk to you in Spanish, like they call you out in Spanish to come over here and come by their hot dog, that's how you know it's good. That's how you know. Hot tip, if you could speak back to them in Spanish, you get it for cheaper. But yeah, I love it. But the only thing is they got more expensive. They got more expensive downtown, so nah. But yeah, I can't really think of bad experience of having food truck. Not personally with me. You could kind of tell by the vibe that it gives off that it may not be worth it. If it's very trendy type of food, like for example, I don't know, if they sell something like rainbow toast, for example, you guys know the rainbow toast trend, right? If they sell trendy Instagram, TikTok type of food, it's probably not worth it in my opinion. However, it's a normal truck with just normal looking food, and if it has some Spanish on it and it's being run by a brown person, it's gonna pop. It's gonna be so good. Like toast with sprinkle or something. Oh no, it's cheese. So rainbow toast grilled cheese is pretty much they put different colors of cheese into the toast, and then when you pull it, it makes a rainbow. Yeah. The food from the actual convention center kitchen is almost always bad. Actually, it depends on the convention center. Actually, depends. I've been to some convention centers where it's I think I would pay. Most of the stuff isn't worth the money. But when you're in a pinch and you're fucking desperate for food, trust me, those $10 chicken tendies are gonna hit different. They're gonna hit different. Okay, opinions on VIP badges. Guys, if you guys can, please be sure to leave questions in the Q&A box. It helps out a lot more and helps keep everything organized within the chat. Otherwise, I'm gonna miss things. But opinion on VIP badges. It only is worth it if there's a guest you want to guarantee yourself to see. For example, here at 𝗏𝘁, we have a full weekend membership. We also have double rainbow. This one's sold out, unfortunately. But it gives you different benefits. The big benefit is priority access to meet and greet raffling ticket system. It doesn't apply to whole live and guests may be excluded. And of course, the whale support gives you Guaranteed meet and greet ticket of your choice at no extra cost. A direct line to staff exclusive Discord if you have any comments or concerns, and of course more benefits. So if you really want to guarantee yourself to meet, I don't know, if you want to go meet Mint, for example, we'll use Mint. Yeah, if you want to go meet Mint, you want to be guaranteed to meet Mint if she doesn't meet and greet. You can get that guaranteed ticket for 2K. Or you can get the double rainbow that gives you the priority access to the raffle system. So the VIP, it's not bad. VIP in itself is not a bad thing. But you shouldn't get it if you don't need those extra benefits. I bought VIP before at Anime Week in Atlanta for a couple of idol groups I really wanted to guarantee to see. And it was worth the extra money for me because I just really wanted to be sure I would meet them. And it helped a lot to get like that VIP to give myself an extra, ease of mind that I can go up like at any time and just meet the guests that I want during like their meet and greet time. Get priority to like any of their events and panels and concerts, and get priority access to like merch and a whole bunch of other benefits. But for that was the only instance I have ever bought VIP. Same thing with the idol group that came to Houston. I also bought VIP for that. But yeah, it just depends. You basically, if you want to guarantee at least if you want the guarantee to at least three more things IMO? Oh. VIP is worth it if you want to guarantee at least 3 or more things IMO. I wouldn't even say 3. I think 1 is enough if it's definitely... 1 can be enough if it's definitely something you want to see. VIP used to be very good at Anime, so it was basically a complete different con experience. They got rid of it. Yeah, they got rid of VIP for Anime Expo, unfortunately. AC's had good VIP. Yeah, they used to have good VIP. It just depends on the guests, I'd say. For some people, it's worth it. For some, it's not. I won't say it's a yes or no. You should get it, you shouldn't get it. Because it's going to be based on what you want to see. Okay. What is post-con depression and what can I do to mitigate the effects? Okay, so post-con depression is when you just leave the con. It's kind of like when you know the feeling you get after you leave like a good vacation? It's basically the same thing but with cons. And to mitigate the effects, just keep in touch with like your friends. That's what I do. That's what I do. I keep in touch with my con group and just be like, haha, remember like all this fun stuff and everything like that. We all banter and everything. Eventually we all get like split up again until we go to the next con. But if you don't have friends though, definitely just look forward to like planning. Start planning your next con. Definitely not don't plan for a con like that's gonna happen the next weekend. Don't do that. But you should definitely like maybe start planning for the same con for next year. Think about what you want to do for next year. Like if you want to do like a cosplay, start like looking into and doing research. Like what can you do? Get yourself hyped for next year is what I'm trying to say. Give yourself something to look forward to for next year. So that's so you don't have to linger on like the bad feeling of like, man, I wish this weekend never ended. That's what helps me at least. Maid cafes at conventions, yeah, nice. Especially how AXLA doesn't allow their maid cafe to actually serve food. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you the reason why most maid cafes at conventions cannot sell food. It's literally part of the convention contract. Hotels cannot allow the con to serve outside food that is not made by the venue, both for legal reasons and for competition reasons. Of course, the hotel's gonna want to milk as much money out of you as possible. If there is a actual, man-made restaurant coming into the convention space that's gonna outsell the hotel in food, they're gonna be mad about that because that's losing revenue. That's like direct competition within like the convention, So there's a reason why. Also, another reason is food safety concerns. Not every it costs a lot. It costs money to like get training to have a food handler's license, because it doesn't matter if you're gonna be near food or if you're gonna be serving the food or near the food. You need to have a food handler's license, and it costs money to get that license. Even if you're just shuffling the food between like the kitchen and the table, you need to have a food license. Not everyone can afford that. Not all cons can, make service or provide like funding for that. Ace Ontario though does serve real food at their Maid Cafe. So much red tape for a con. No, the cons are nothing but red tape. This is what goes on behind the scenes. That's the real reality of behind the scenes, just to make stuff happen. Food stuff itself is also logistically expensive. A lot of cons don't have enough funding to go towards food stuff. And it's just easier to just serve pre-packaged stuff or just a drink or, just pre-made stuff. It's a lot easier. Also, the spaces that Maid cafes are sometimes put in don't have the proper kitchen or cooling or heating or preparation areas to prep the food as well. Some convention spaces just don't have like that sort of setup. Maid cafe I've been to only gives us cookies and juice. Yeah, that's normal. That should be expected, and that's what you can get until that law changes. But that's a U.S. that's a both state and I think U.S. law that you need to have a food handler's license. But overall, maid cafes, it depends on the maid cafe. There's a couple of maid cafes where it's like, you could tell it's like low effort. They're just kind of there just to say they have a maid cafe. And then there's full-on cafe experiences. They're so worth it. For example, I'm gonna show Asayoru. Okay. This is the best maid cafe. They're not permanently closed, by the way. Don't listen to that. This is the best maid cafe in all of the United States. And they do go to cons to do maid cafes. This is Asayoru Maid Cafe. There's a handmaid right there, actually. But yeah, this is the not the first ever maid cafe here in the United States, but it is a maid cafe nonetheless. They actually serve food here. They do performances at their own brick and mortar store that they're going to be reopening again very, very soon. This maid cafe will be opening up very, very soon again. So this is what, if you see Asayoru at your local con, I highly recommend it. They keep everything so authentic when it comes to maid cafes and the maid cafe experience. However, I will say there are lazy cafes. I'm sorry. Some of them are very lazy and they just like kind of throw on a uniform and just do like a moe moe kunin and just kind of get out of there. It's really sad. It's really sad. So I would do research on if the cafe that you're going to another good cafe example is Fanimade. The Fanime Maid Cafe or Fanimade. They are also very, very authentic Japanese, very, very authentic Japanese style maid cafe as well. Donna AS Ontario, they were excellent. Yeah, they're just so great. I heard one at ALA was decent, just hella understaffed. I don't know much about the one at ALA. I don't know much about that one. Sorry. And the vibe I got from it wasn't on par with Asayoru, if I had to be honest with you. Honestly, if I want to go to China, I'd just rather steer clear of the maid cafes in general, just to be safe. I think they can be worth it, though. Again, it just depends. Again, do research on what the maid cafe is like. If it's just general girls just wearing a copy uniform from Amazon, I probably wouldn't go to that. But if you have something like Asayoru that you see right here, I want to show y'all a video, I guess. So let me see if I have a video. This wasn't at a con, but this was at their old brick and mortar store. As you can see, they do special events for each maid, or they do like just special events in general. They wear like a special costume. But this is what you should look for. Not really really the food in particular, but just the atmosphere, the aesthetic. You know, everyone has cute uniforms. Everyone looks like well put together. You know, there's actual effort put into it. You go to those maid cafes. Otherwise, if they have the same AliExpress, Amazon made black and white maid uniform, don't bother. I'll be real with you. That's your first sign. That's your first fucking sign, if anything. Does that make sense? Yeah, don't go. Also, that's another big question. Don't go to the maid cafes for the food as well. Don't go to maid cafe for food. You go for the experience. And of course, maid cafes are not for everyone. A lot of people find them cringe, and that's okay if you find them cringe, honestly. It's totally okay. It's not for everyone. I like going to them because I like being surrounded by cute girls. But it's definitely, if you've never been to one and you don't understand like maid culture, and if you don't like to cringe, like you're not gonna have a good time. Yeah, you pay for the experience. Exactly. Pay for the experience. Pay for the experience. Okay. I'm trying to think. Anything else? Do y'all have any other questions? Don't forget to use the Q&A function so I can keep it all organized. But I hope this has been helping so far with you guys. I don't know if I'm hitting... I feel like I'm missing a lot today. I don't know. Maybe I should have just done this tomorrow. Instead of just being so brain dead today. Yeah, any other questions for you guys? Any other questions regarding anime cons, attending, first timer advice? I had a steak right before this. My motivation to work on cosplay again has turned it into a panic attack that I am running out of time. Can you talk about the inside convention food and how expensive it is? I mean, it's inside and it's expensive. I mean, some of it's worth it, some of it's not worth it. It depends on it depends on the venue, if anything. Favorite one of what? Trying to think, but you answered lots of it. Oh, I hope I did. Here we go over con etiquette. Oh, con etiquette, that's a good one. What kind of con etiquette would you guys like to know? I did discuss like, you know, how to like approach people and like how to like meet people and like maybe break the ice every now and then. But you what kind of is there any other type of etiquette other than like, you know, making friends or icebreakers or anything like that? Let me know. Okay, we got a couple questions. How do I survive a line? Bring something to entertain you, whether it be your Nintendo DS or Switch or a phone. Make sure it's fully charged and keep yourself distracted and entertained. Bad vendor stories, like the vendors who have shirts, but all the shirts have dust on them. Cons are kind of... I say this recently. Recently, there's been a huge uptick in like bootleg stuff being sold at vendors halls. Like they were always there, but it's been getting a lot worse over the years. Especially when it comes to like, see, here's the thing with AI art, chat. I don't mind AI art, but I want you to be honest that you're using it. And there's a couple of vendors out there that definitely are using AI art and they're just not being honest about it. But they're also like framing it like as if it's legit art and that they paid for artists, you know? I would say just be very careful in the vendor's hall. And if something looks off to you, please report any bootlegs to convention staff so that they can be dealt with properly. Because we won't know that if you go straight to social media, chat, and with anything about a con, by the way, here's general advice too. If anything bad happens at a con, don't go straight to social media and post about that bad thing. Go to the convention staff first and tell them that something bad happened. Please, I'm begging you, because a lot of us staff, like, we're not going to be browsing social media 24/7 during the con. We're actually trying to run the con, so we won't know about your bad experience or like someone doing something bad until after the con, conventions have staff? I'm not even gonna entertain that. I'm not even gonna fucking entertain that. Where was I going with this? Yeah, just please, instead of like going to rants on social media, please report any of your bad experiences, because we can actually, you know, help you if you tell us first. Like, that's not saying please don't share your experience. That's completely different. But the staff is the bad experience. Last year, there was one unnecessary angry staff. Oh, you go higher up. You start being a Karen about that. You go higher up and tell a higher up staff that, like, hey, someone's being really fucking unruly. Because I will be real. When you do volunteer, you do need to have your head on your shoulders and not become a power-hungry person who's just trying to control a line. Because there are volunteers like that. But the moment someone does, like, tell someone, like, hey, you have a very rude staff member, we do address it. But you have to tell us. We won't know anything until you report it directly to us so we can address it ASAP. Like, for example, do you want to know? I'm pretty sure this is what happened last year. And I want to guess this is how it happened. You know how at 𝗕𝗁𝘁 last year, there was someone intimidating a clip, like a very popular clipper, saying, hey, I'm this person, going around different, like, panels saying, I'm this very popular clipper, and, you know, surprising VTubers. And it turns out they weren't that person. And a lot of people criticized 𝗕𝗁𝘁 for you know, responding kind of late about that. Do you want to know what possibly happened? People went straight to social media instead of reporting it to convention staff. And I want to bet, I wasn't there during all this, but I want to bet what happened was that they eventually saw it on social media and were like, holy shit, no one reported it to us. Again, I'm only speculating on what may have happened. I wasn't there for it. And then, you know, they finally did something about it right away after they were notified of it. So imagine, instead of going to social media to report about your bad experience, you could have gone to staff and been like, hey, like, this is what's happening. You know? Oh, geez, someone doing something wrong. Gotta pull out my phone and make a TikTok. Exactly! Exactly! Exactly, don't do that. My impression from the last few is that there was a distinct shortage of staff based on the check on my property gun. Didn't mean staff was inefficient. Oh, wait, what? What are you referring to? I'm sorry. My mind's all over the place, so if you're referring to something like 20 minutes ago, I'm so sorry. I probably forgot about what you're referring to. Yeah, TLDR, if you see something bad, please report it to staff. Don't go straight to social media. We're not going to know about it when you post it to social media. We'll only know about it if you directly go to con safety and tell us that something bad's happening. Please communicate with us. If you communicate with us, we communicate with you. And if there's unruly staff, please also tell us. Please tell us. I kind of don't want to go to AX anymore. It's gotten way too commercialized like SDCC. Because AX isn't... Because I'll be real with you. AX is not... It's not commercialized. It's made for industry. This Anime Expo is an industry con, not a con for like the regular convention attendee. You go to Anime Expo to get the first peeks at things. You go there to network. You go there to make connections and get deals done and have meetings. San Diego Comic-Con, that's definitely commercialized, but AX is more industry than commercial. I don't know if that makes sense. As a volunteer for cons, remember guys, a lot of people volunteer for the love of cons. Yeah, again, this is all volunteer-based stuff. But they can't report something that gives them... What? What does that mean? They can't report something that gives the truth? I don't know what you mean, man. I think you gotta take your meds. The art is still good, but crowded. Go to AX. You go to AX. You go to AX to if you want to go as an attendee, you go because you want to go either see a specific guest or you want to get the first peek at something. That's the only time you go. Otherwise, don't go to AX if you just want to say you went to AX. In general, just don't go to cons if you just want to say you went to a con. I wouldn't do that. You won't have a good first impression. But yeah, AX is industry. It's an industry con. It's always been like that. It's been like that for like the past 10 years, I think, where a lot of deals happen at AX. A lot of networking happens. A lot of first sneak peeks. It's not a con for the average. I hate that they advertise it as the con for like the average con attendee. It's not. It's industry. I would even say Anime Los Angeles is starting to become like that. And it's a very small scale con compared to Anime Expo. Okay, my brain's dying. Is there anything else? I'm sorry, my brain is dying. Is there anything else? Oh. Please emphasize the importance of hygiene at conventions. Just shower once a day, man. That's really it. Just shower once a day. That's it. Just, yeah, shower. No one wants to smell your butt. Is there a way to tell from real vendors versus counterfeit / knockoffs? If they're aggressive. Honestly, the big red flag for me is that they're aggressive either about selling or they get aggressive when you ask, like, is this a legitimate product? The behavior, yeah, just in general, the behavior of the vendors, is like the biggest red flag for me. They definitely try, because there's this one, ideally the con is doing some sort of vetting. They do vet a lot of vendors, but stray things do happen. Remember, your clothes can accumulate stink as well. Yes, they can. Change your clothes. But the big one for me is like, are they being aggressive? And does it look cheap? If it looks cheap, and they're selling it for like if it's a cheap small plushie the size of your hand, they're selling it for like $39.99. It's probably not worth it. If you think they are sketchy, they probably are sketchy. Any hot takes on anime convention night dance parties? I don't want to hear rave music. I want to hear anime music. That's my hot take. There's a difference between DJing at a, like, you know, normie party and then DJing for an anime con. And too many fucking times, they get DJs who don't know how to spin for an anime con. They only know how to spin for their normie events. Anyways, okay, more questions. What about etiquette in regards to pedestrian traffic inside of cons? Oh, this is my big one. I'm surprised no one brought this up earlier. This is my big ass one. Okay, chat. If let's say you're walking in the middle of a very crowded hallway. Whatever you do, don't stop in the fucking middle and just stand there looking around or like figuring out what to do. If you're lost, if you need to look at your phone, if you need to if you need to go find your friends or anything like that, just go to the side. And don't stop in the middle of the hallway. Just go to the side and just look at your phone. Do what you need to, but just don't be in the flow of traffic. Airport etiquette. Yeah, pretty much airport etiquette. Don't stop in the flow of traffic. Honestly, I would even go as far as regular traffic laws. Regular traffic laws apply. If someone is stopping, or if someone's going, you keep going. If you stop in the middle, you're gonna have a car accident. You're gonna cause issues. You're gonna be a nuisance. Just move to the side, please. I try not to be. People keep asking for pictures in the hallway. It's also your duty. No. Okay, I hate this too. I hate people who are just so unaware of their surroundings. I'll be so real with you. If you're a cosplayer, if someone is asking for your picture, it is equally your duty to tell them, okay, I'll take a picture, but let's do it outside somewhere else. Let's go to the side and take the picture. And just as equal, the photographer or person taking the picture should equally know that we should do it to the side. Equal responsibility and communication right there. It bothered me in the hall. How do I tell him to me? Oh, I just plow through him and say, excuse me, loudly. Let me see. Sorry, I'm catching up with the chat. Even worse, they say it will be a ball and it's a high school dance. I mean, I'll be real, most of the ball, like the formal dances at anime cons are just high school dances. That's all they've ever been. No, that's all they've ever been. Just awkward people coming together in fancy clothes. And fancy clothes cosplay. Also, for vendor holidays, some more merch is being made available in general. Keep in mind the MSRP of what you want to buy. The vendors jack up the prices, then move right along. It's not that they jack up the prices because they can. It's literally you are paying. See, here's the thing. I'm actually going to defend the prices of vendor halls. But at the same time, I also don't buy a lot of things from vendor halls because of this. A lot of merch that they have in there are imports. From Japan. So not only are you paying for the luxury of getting that item right then and there in your hands, and someone went out of their way to like ship and pay for that item, it's gonna make sense that the price is jacked up. However, if it's a bootleg item and it's very obviously like cheaply made or poorly made, yeah, like that's stupid. But there's a reason why it's jacked up, and I agree with it. I think they have a right to jack up the price. You're paying for and even then, most vendor stuff, it's all luxury. You don't have to buy it. If you think you can find it cheaper somewhere else, go buy it somewhere else. I will defend vendors on that though. I will. It's one of those things where it's like you won't understand the reason why they do it. Yeah, and also, vendors pay to be there too. Vendors pay at least like $200 to $500 for some cons, $1,000 for their space. So they need to be able to pay back like that expense and the expense of bringing in the merch and shipping in their merch and all like their staff that are there that are probably paying there is a lot that goes into vendoring. It's not cheap, and they don't have those prices for like just to extort out of you. It's literally to be able to be there and give you that luxury of getting that item in there. It's a lot more than just, you know, to that. So I will defend vendors on that. I think vendors have a right to price things expensively because there's a lot more that goes on than just, you know, them being there. Okay, my roommate works with 911 dispatch, and like previously mentioned, unless it's an emergency, con staff can handle cons and tend to blow up emergency lines despite being minor. Please report anything to con staff first and foremost, and then they can judge if they need to call 911 or not. Unless you're in a hotel room or someone experiencing something, please call 911 then, or call hotel staff. Some people don't know how to walk in crowds, especially shut-ins. Well, you gotta learn, man. If you want to go to cons, you gotta learn. One cosplayer I seen was possibly dancing with drugs and whatever, and I'm kind of glad I didn't take a pic. Okay. So real. So it's anime homecoming, pretty much. You aren't paying shipping. Yeah, you are. You technically you are. You're paying for the luxury for the item to be there, like right then and there. Cause let's be real. You're gonna pay the same amount of price if you get it shipped in from Japan to your house. I guess a more professional question: do you make your own marketing package demo reels, or would you like your company manager set those up? You work with your company to set those up. You don't. You also set it up, but you also work with management if you do have it. But I work solo, so I do it all by myself. But if you have, you don't let one person handle it. It's a collaborative effort to pick out your best moments, your best reels, your best marketing packages, and just put it out there. It's not a one person job. It's a person job. You're not a corpo? Nope, I'm not corpo. Never have. I have been corpo in the past, but I'm not corpo right now. Let me see. Where was I? Alrighty, it's after midnight. I gotta get some sleep. Good night. Most scissors play to be there. Do vendors get their merch at the same distributors? A lot of anime concerts need to have the same stuff. I mean, I don't know how to. I guess yes and no. Because they all get their items imported from Japan. So while it may not be the same distributor, they definitely go based off what sells the best at cons, and then they pick out different shopping people and distributors to pick out the merch. That's the reason why you see a lot of the same merch there, is because that's what sells the best for them. It's not because It's not because like, you know, they get it from the same people. It's just what sells the best. So it's not necessarily the same distributors, but it's the same stuff that you see there is what sells best. Yeah, people love to lowball. Yeah, you don't get the same thrill buying something on eBay than you do buying in person. Yeah, you're paying for that luxury to be there in person. Talking about that, shout out to FaceCam for paying for all the off-kai booth costs. Yeah, congrats to them. I mainly buy merch from cons. I know I can find it cheaper on Amazon, but I mostly support vendors at cons. Thank you so much for doing that. Anything over MSRP plus tax and shipping is just a convenience fee. Yep, pretty much. You're paying for a convenience fee of having that item right there and there. So that's the reality of it. Space there is a premium. Getting the item there is a premium. So you're paying a premium. They have to stock what sells. Yep, pretty much. Thank you, Nyaru, for answering so many questions and much more sharing how to navigate cons. Only been to a few. eBay has scammers as well. Yeah, eBay everywhere has scammers. Even cons have scammers sometimes. Chat, during this past anime Los Angeles, I actually not ran into, but like I passed someone who was selling like a fake anime Los Angeles badge, or at least like a stolen one, because like this dude got chased after, you know, people reported him to staff. Nowhere is scam free. Yep, nowhere is scam free. Not even cons. Not even cons. But there's ways that you could protect yourself. Scalper? Not really a scalper. This was like a random homeless dude who just happened to have a badge. I'm pretty sure it was stolen. Pretty sure it was stolen. And he was like trying to get like money for it, but a lot of people were put off by like his attitude and just reported him. And yeah, I think they chased him off and confiscated the badge, if I remember correctly. All right. Trying to think. Alright, looking at some. That's what I try to cover everything. I think I covered everything. So. Well, you used to work for an anime merch distro. Just the majority of your merch comes from one company that uses multiple warehouses and independent distributors. That's good to know. There are scalpels that say AX selling badges by the hot dog vendors. Yep, they're there every year. They're there every year. Okay, checking the. How do you pack your cosplays for travel? My cosplays get ruined in travel or too big to fit in carry-ons. Oh, I get a check bag. I'll be real with you. I pay the extra and get a check bag for my cosplays. Mostly because I have no reason to put my cosplays in my check bag when I want to use my check bag for actual clothes. That and I also divide up my cosplays between those type of, how do you say, like the bags that you use to air, like get the air out. What do you call them? The airtight, but yeah, like those airtight bags you can like vacuum out the air out of. I use those all the time, and I just divide up all my cosplays and accessories. And yeah, the vacuum bags. There you go, vacuum bags. Yeah, I use vacuum bags. I divide up all my cosplays and parts and everything into a vacuum bag, and then label it, and then it saves space, but it just makes it easier for organization, so I can just take it off and throw it back into the bag, and then not worry about it. But I don't try to fit my cosplays into carry-ons anymore. I get my own check bag. Check bags for cosplay and clothes, carry on for merch on your way back. I want to say check bag for cosplay and clothes. I say check bag for cosplay and merch, honestly. Cosplay and extra merch and gifts and shit like that. And then your carry on for sensitive merch and spare clothes and anything else you might find sensitive. You only use your carry-on for like a change of clothes that you like in case you get stuck somewhere between a layover. You have a pair of clothes, and then you keep all your sensitive stuff within the carry-on, so it stays with you. Anything else, any other merch that can survive like a plane ride, like put it in your check bag. Put everything bulky and things that can survive into your check bag, whether it be cosplay, merch, good chunk of your clothes, but never, chat, never, ever, ever travel without 2 pairs of clothes. because you can get stuck somewhere, and then you won't have your check bag for a while with all your other clothes. So I would recommend only sensitive merch and part of your clothes in your check bag. Or in your carry-on. Sorry, carry-on. Okay. Is that it? Gotta call it night. Thanks for the very informative stream. Thank you. I hope you guys are. I hope this is helpful. I'm doing my best. Looking in a major airport with nothing but weeb cosplay. It's not fun. Trust me. I know it sounds silly and memey right now, but it's really not fun to be stuck in an airport with cosplay. It's really not. I've had friends who, you know, they've had to have like at least like, yeah, I don't know. They didn't have fun. They had to buy like clothes from like the airport because all they had was like their cosplay. And they didn't want to change into it because it was kind of a sussy cosplay to change into for like airport. So again, it sounds funny and it sounds like memey right now, but I just wouldn't. How do you bring props onto the airplane like swords and some of the stats and oversized thing? You check it. Simple as. You either. How do I describe this? So when you're making your prop or you're buying your prop, you need to be sure you can be able to deconstruction it. So take it apart and put it into smaller pieces and then put it back together for the full thing. If you're bringing a big ass prop that you know requires a lot of space and you can't deconstruct it, you can either check it, ship it, or just don't bring it. Is this the same with tactical gear cosplay? I would not go through an airport with tactical gear cosplay. I'll be real with you. I would probably ship that or at least check it. Don't bring fake weapons through an airport. I think that's just the general rule of thumb. Figure out how to use the bathroom solo in full kit. What do you mean by full kit? And what do you mean by use the bathroom solo? Big bad. Yeah, it's a bad idea. I would not go through the airport with tactical. I would just drive with your tactical gear. I wouldn't chance it. That's just asking for trouble. Yeah, wear your tactical gear at the airport. That's how you end up on the list. No, that's just how you get hassled. Hassled for way too long. For pisting? What? Huh? Figure out how to go to the bathroom while wearing your cosplay without friends getting you out of the cosplay. Oh, yeah. That's okay. You explained it a lot better that time. It depends on the cosplay that you're wearing. I will say don't wear an overcomplicated cosplay if you're going to be traveling solo or going to the con solo. That's just kind of common sense. I think that's just common sense more than anything. If you know you can't get yourself out of that cosplay, why would you try to, get out of do your test runs at home? Yeah, definitely try on your cosplay before you go to the con. Don't. Momiji, come. Momiji, come. I go to cons for the challenge. Full on complicated cosplays only. I can't do that. Good luck to you. Glad you have fun doing that, but that takes some other type of skill. I don't have that skill. Good on you, buddy, but I wouldn't recommend that. Fork. Sorry, I don't know what she saw. Will Miji have a guest appearance at Alka? I can't take her on the plane, unfortunately. She's too baby. She's too baby to go on the plane. She also is very skittish. I don't think I could ever take her on a plane. Plus, I don't think the hotel allows doggies to be there, unfortunately. She's not a service doggy. She's just a dog. Regular ass dog. Scared the crap out of my grandma once by breaking in my armor around the house. And it's for keeping makeup intact when con is hot and humid. Sealant. You need to get quality paint with quality sealant. if you get the stuff from Halloween Express or whatever, if you get cheap makeup, you're paying for the price, okay? It's not gonna stay on, it's gonna melt off, so you really need to invest in actual stage makeup and stage makeup sealant in order for any type of full body paint or face paint to stay on. You gotta invest in that. That's just how it's gonna stay on the whole day. There's no way of avoiding that. I see some people in full princess costumes. I wonder how they fit in ballroom stalls. They probably just go back to their hotel, if I have to be honest with you. I don't think those people probably use the public hotel or public bathrooms. They go back to their hotels. Anyone who has a bulky cosplay, they are probably staying at the hotel, and they are probably not going to be using public restrooms. They're going to be walking back to the hotel to go to the bathroom. Or when you're out room partying, I don't see anyone actually go in bulky cosplay to room parties. It's kind of like a room party unspoken rule to not bring your bulky cosplays to room parties. Yeah, even at Colossal Con, I don't see anyone in full armor going to like any of the room parties. And I've been to like the big major room parties that are hard to get into, and they'll deny you at the— oh, thank you, Lurker Bro. Thank you. Yeah, they'll deny you at the door if you have like a bulky cosplay. Exactly. Are you serious? No! Bro, I'm so sorry. No! I feel so bad now. Bro, you should probably take that $10 back. You need that more than me. You need that more than me. Thank you so much, though, for the dono, but I'm concerned friending now. I'm concerned friending. How does one get into these room parties? You just walk around. You walk around and see who has like public. See, here's the thing about room parties. Okay. Here's the thing about room parties. Unless it's made public, like through like a Facebook page, like, hey, come to room 101 for like this room party. You usually gotta mingle. You gotta mingle with like the con goers and like you gotta rizz them up and like, you know, show that you're cool, that you're cool with them, and then you get invited. That's how I got invited to a couple during Colossal Con. But not all cons are room party cons. There are cons out there that really have a strict rule on no room parties. But if you want a good party con, if you really want a good party con, again, Colossal Con, they have open room parties. Pretty much every floor has a room party. And as long as they have like a sign that says like, hey, knock here if you want to come in, or, you know, they make it known, they'll make it known on like their door that, you know, it's a public room party. There's even Facebook groups and Discords that are dedicated to just organizing the room parties for Colossal Con. But if it's not a Colossal Con, if it's not a party con, you gotta mingle. You gotta rizz it up. If it's a party con known for it, you can probably just walk around and you'll find one eventually. Oh yeah, have booze. Offer something in exchange for attendance. It's kind of like a potluck. You gotta offer something as well. If you offer something, you definitely get like automatic in. That's probably why I don't get invited to room parties. I would wear my bulky cosplay. Oh really? I guess I didn't got the cue to not bring my armor at room parties. I mean, if you think about it, it's kind of common sense thing again. If you think about it, you're gonna be taking up a lot of space, and it's gonna be a nuisance to a lot of party goers. You're gonna be a big vibe killer if you're just kind of like showing up with really bulky parts of like a costume in a very small space, mind you, because hotels are not, you know, big spaces for that type of stuff. I wear my cosplay everywhere. Hey, as long as it's not bulky and taking up space, like, they'll let you into to room parties. Unethical like hug, walk around with a case of beer. It does work though. It works at Colossal Con. It worked for me multiple times. I got into so many parties, chat. Okay, Nat, I assume important, very serious question. How does one get into the con orgy? Oh my god. Okay, there's this magical place called, wait, what's it called again? What's that website called? Oh god, what is the... Not it, that's not... What is that website called? Craigslist! Oh yeah, you go to Craigslist for that. Unironically. Yeah, you go to Craigslist for the con orgies, and then you just reply to the email and be like, yeah, I'm in. Or Facebook groups. Facebook groups. And you gotta be sure you fit within like whatever demographic that they're looking for. I've never been to one, but I've heard many stories. Con orgies are very... As much as they're a joke, they do happen. I hate that I say that, but they do happen. It is nasty. If you ever get invited to one, just don't do it. Please, I'm begging you. You need a beer to get into room parties? 𝗕𝗿𝘄𝗀𝗺𝗁𝘁𝗂𝘁. I don't know what that means, I'm sorry. I don't know what that means, but you don't actually need it to get into room parties, but it does help you get into room parties. If you can't riz people, you shower them with drinks. It's done in a section of creators, as I heard from a friend. No, I've seen some posts. I've seen some recent posts on there. I've seen some rumors. I've seen some rumors on there. Asenol says open room parties. You'll find one eventually at the Hyatt. Are you going to ColossalCon East this year? Probably. But I'm going with my... I'm probably going with my group of con friends. So I'm not really gonna be there to like attend as like a VTuber or to like meet up with like, you know, it's a vacation con for me. ColossalCon East is definitely a vacation con where I do zero work and I just turn off Braid and take care of my friends because they're drunk bastards that need to get babied every now and then. So no chooser orgy. No, there's gonna be a chooser orgy. It's gonna be held with you can just go to Dry Fire in the chat. Yeah, he's hosting the chooser orgy. He's hosting the chooser orgy. It's real. I always thought they were rumors and stories. No, they do happen. They do happen. I have a friend that got invited to one. And they went and peeked in. And it wasn't pretty and they left. They also got harassed, like sexually harassed a lot. I'm gonna get so wasted at off-hype. ColossalCon is the water park con, right? They allow waterproof cosplay. Yes, you can cosplay at the water park as long as you don't fully submerge like yourself with like paint or anything. As long as you don't have paint on your body and you don't have cosplay that can be damaged or fall apart in the water. That's quite literally the only rule. Otherwise, you could bring wigs in. You can pretty much wear anything. Although it is kind of an unspoken rule to just have like bikini or like swimsuit cosplay. So no home-sex situations. Yeah, no, you can't have home-sex situations there. The etiquette is completely fine. Yes, but you can't bring your gun into the, you can't bring your props into, what do you call it, the water park. That's the only thing. I don't think they allow props in there. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't cosplay to the water park because it's too much of a hassle. My friends are at one, my friend went to one and stole like 80% of their booze. Hell yeah. I stole booze before. For my group because I was the innocent looking one and no one would suspect me. I have very bad friends that badly influence me. What about a water gun? No water guns. You cannot bring any sort... if it's not a floaty device or anything like that, I don't think you could bring... I don't remember seeing people bringing water guns. Yeah, I wouldn't even chance it. Real choose an orgy at Okai. The gun stays on during the water slide. No, you can't bring what do you call it, props to do the water slides. Can't. Any other questions? Oh, okay, I got another one here. What is the best way to eat at the con in your opinion? Eat light and cheap, but then walk a lot? I wouldn't eat light. That's the thing. You're gonna be using a lot of energy at the con. You're gonna want to bring lots of snacks. in between meals, please have breakfast. You can maybe skip lunch, but also please have dinner. Breakfast and dinner are gonna be like the two things breakfast, dinner, and snacks are going to be the things that power you throughout the whole weekend. I'm in the popular belief that you shouldn't cheap out on food, or you should skip meals when you go to conventions, because when you are at a con, you're walking a lot. You're gonna be doing a lot of activity. You're gonna be burning so much energy. And you're ready to have Yard House every night at ALA, everyone. But yeah, please, if you can, please actually, buy full meals. Don't skip out on meals. Invest in some snacks. Whether you just go to like Target or Walmart and you just get like, I don't know, a bag of chips, some granola bars, some Powerade drinks, whatever it might be. Like, you don't skip out on meals. Don't cheap out on meals. You need the energy. Eat at big prices and water. WaterCon water is important. Is like airport prices. Yeah, that's the same with like food in general at conventions. Trail mix and electrolyte drinks. I liked how the Colossal Con East staff went all out with the theming last year. They did? I didn't notice. Wait, I'll be real with you. I didn't notice there was any theming last year. There was theming to the Colossal Con last year? Wait, what was the theming? Wait, now I want to look this up. Was there theming last year to Colossal Con East? Or am I being one guide? I feel like I'm being one guide right now. The voice of Rouge is gonna be there. That's really cool, actually. Their theme? The different restaurants. Oh, the restaurants! Oh, that theme! Okay, I thought you meant the con staff, or like the con itself had a theme. Oh, okay. The hotel staff. Yeah, okay. I'll be real. The burger place at Colossal Con. I forgot the name of the burger place. I went there like every day. They had a Sonic theme in there, and I was always hoping I would get to sit on like a shadow table, so that way I can sit next to Shadow while I eat my burger. How big is Off-Kai? I've never been. You can check out the hotel, and I can give you a good estimate. They're expecting like 2,000 people, or not 2,000. No, yeah, maybe about like 3,000, I think. It's a big con though. I think it's gonna be its biggest iteration yet. They almost blacked out on day 3. Who did? What's that? A Giantess Con? What is? Different. Oh yeah. The different restaurants. I remember that though. They changed the name of the drinks during the con at the Collar. Yeah, they changed the name of the drinks. They also brought in like for Colossal Con East. They also had a special brew made. For like the after hour swim. And DJ parties. That was really fun too. I have an adorable story where they had a Peach themed photo shoot and all the adult Peaches stopped in and waited for the shy 5-year-old Peach to join them. Oh, that's cute. Alright, any other questions though? Any other questions? We've been going for 3 hours, just like answering questions and giving you guys the best advice that I can possibly come up with. Plan to bring my Pippa cosplay again next year for Colossal Con. I can't wait. I took last year for Colossal Con, I took a picture of every not face connect, but like I saw like a couple of Pippa cosplayers last year. I think I took pictures of all of them, and I sent them to her throughout the whole weekend. I kind of like Pippa's a little reporter for when I go to cons and I see cosplays. I send her all the cosplays of her, and she tells me always to have a good con. Okay. I haven't seen a single Pippa yet. Every con I go to, I always see one Pippa. It's kind of amazing. I don't know how I have that luck. Even at Colossal Con, middle of fucking nowhere in Poconos Mountains, Pennsylvania, saw a Pippa cosplayer. 2 Pippa cosplayers actually. 2 of them in one weekend. Can't believe that shit. LMAO. Okay, final call though. Final call for questions, everyone. Final call for questions. Final call. Because it's getting very late for me and my head hurts. In front of the Build-A-Bear. Yeah, I love it! Ah! Thank you so much, Liquor Bro. Thank you. Why are you giving me more money? Why? No! No! I'm giving it back. Can I give it back to you? Give it back to you. Thinkiest con you've been to? San Japan. It's fucking hot and sweaty. Oh, and Anime Expo. Anime Expo and San Japan are kind of on par with each other. Because this both takes place in the middle of summer in the hottest parts of the country. Where it reaches 100 plus. So it's so stinky. It's so smelly. Oh my Oshi ever loved me. Your Oshi does love you. What is your con lineup for the coming months? You can see it on my website actually. Getichu.tv. This is my official website. And at the bottom, I have an events calendar that shows you guys. I need to share a screen. I have an events calendar that shows all the cons I'm going to be going to. So, BrookCon was one I just went to last weekend. My next one is going to be Offkai Expo. And then I'll be having another event in VR chat called Virtual Market 2024 Summer, June 20th through July 4th. And then I'm hoping I can go to Anime Expo in some sort of capacity. So I'll be sure to let you guys know on if that happens. Summer cons are bad. I hate summer cons. I'll be real with you. If you're not used to the heat, bring water to AX. I've seen people get really dehydrated. Oh yeah, no, there's multiple ambulances that come every day just to get like people that have heat stroke or become super dehydrated. It's very common because people don't know how to take care of themselves. All right. Check the question. Okay. What taboo tricks for hotel-less con-goers? Do we sleep in the bathroom or the streets? I've seen people like literally don't do this. I'm just telling you from my experience about what I've seen people do for hotel-less hacks. I've seen people camp out inside the convention center. Like they'll hide from the security staff in different parts of the convention center. I've also seen people camp out in their car. I've seen people camp out in hotel rooms, or not hotel rooms, but like the hotel lobby. If there's like a 24-hour gas station, I've seen people like camp out there. I see people just camp right outside the convention center itself, like on the sidewalk. With actual umbrellas? What do you mean? Oh, I see people in full umbrella court cosplay AX Mad Men. Oh yeah, I can't understand people who do like full armor cosplays at AX. They're a different breed. I do car camping sometimes. I've done car camping for events, not super fun, but at least you're sheltered. Yep, exactly. But not everyone can get a car, so people camp up for autographs the day before. On the sidewalk, that's how you get mugged. Hey man, some people are desperate. Okay, what shouldn't you buy at a con? Anything from the vendor's hall. I'll be real with you. Anything that you think you can get cheaper online, just don't buy it at the con. Unless it's Artist Alley. Artist Alley, you should buy things from Artist Alley. Artist Alley is the one place you should definitely buy something from. But from the vendor's hall, most of the stuff at the vendor's hall you can find for cheaper online. Or you can skip a con, save up more, and go to Japan and get everything you see at the con for much cheaper. Okay, I've only gone to Chicago cons for the last 10 plus years, but I really want to branch out. Anyone to recommend for summer and someone to solo travel and check out? Definitely. Go to my favorite website, animecons.com. Go to our schedule. I'm going to go to the 2024 year. Anime Los Angeles, pretty good one. You should also check out IkiCon is also really fun. This is another party con. I used to actually work for that convention. But they're also at a Kalahari. So if you like Colossal Con, you like the Kalahari experience, check out IkiCon. There's also, let me see. Any college conventions. Maybe one in your local area, but I also like the college cons. Does Zangawa project is super local to Pittsburgh, but I think it's really comfy and definitely one you can consider soloing. Katsukan, I wouldn't recommend. I'll add the ones I don't recommend. I definitely don't recommend Katsukan. Fushicon is definitely a good one to solo. That is the 18+ convention that recently made a comeback. Yes, this is one of the few good, and I mean very good 18+ conventions. 18+ conventions do exist, and it's not just sex and hentai. It's literally just an event for adults. That's it. There's not even that much like lewd hentai or like hentai vendors or hentai panels or porn panels. It's just literally we don't want to be around kids type of con. One of the few cons that are like that, and I wish we had more cons like this, but this one recently came back. This is another really good one if you just want to be around people your age, or at least like of the older demographic. Really good one to go to. Let's see. Trying to see here. Also, my mouse is fucking ass. I'm gonna just... Look. Anime Boston is a really good one. I recommend that one. If you want to go to Hawaii, Kawaii Con is pretty cool. Sakura Con is definitely another good solo con. I don't know about WeCon, honestly. I even though they have WeCon, SumiCon, even though they have a lot of VTubers, I personally, I don't know. Personally, for me, they need to work on their organization skills a little bit better to make it a good experience for attendees. That's just my all on that. Another one I would suggest is, let me see. Touhou Fest. If you like Touhou, pretty good one. Oh, maybe I will go to Anime Onsen. I'll ask my cousin if he wants to go with me. Momocon and Anime Week in Atlanta are good ones. Colossal Con, I wouldn't recommend, even though I really like it. You gotta go with a group of people if you want to go to Colossal Con. Otherwise, because like with Colossal Cons, you're stuck in one place the whole week. You're stuck on a resort. There's not really much going on outside of the resort, so you gotta either be open to socializing or bring a group of friends. Akai Expo is honestly a really good con to solo yourself to as well. That one's coming up soon. Again, recommend it. I wouldn't recommend Anime Expo. Way too big. Also, HCon was pretty comfy. Tekko's another really good one to solo. That takes place in Pittsburgh. I might go to that one because I have a local friend there, and they're kind of begging me to come with a couple other friends because I think they're lonely. So I might go to that one. I might go to Tekko. I heard Otaku-thon is pretty good. They get a lot of good VTuber guests. Same with Anime-thon, another good one that gets a lot of VTuber guests, but it's also good to solo by yourself as well. Let's see. San Japan honestly is such a good con to solo. I think San Japan is the best one to solo. I've soloed San Japan so many times, but the great thing about San Japan, it takes like right in the center of San Antonio, and there's a lot to do around San Japan. A lot of historic and touristy type of stuff. So if you enjoy a little bit of like Texas history with like some weep shit, San Japan is such a perfect con to solo by yourself. Well, I high recommend for that one. Fan Expo, I would not go to a fan expo. Any Comic Con or fan expo, I am not a fan of. Mostly because those are money grabbing events, and honestly, I've just had really bad experiences at like Comic Cons and fan expos. Not the best cons to go if you're soloing by yourself. Let's see. I would say Hallmat. But the dates are kind of weird. San Japan is cool for both weeaboos and westaboos. San Japan is so good. I really want to go to San Japan this year. I'll be real with you. I really want to, mostly because it's my hometown con, and I can stay there. I can stay at my grandma's house, not too far away. So, yeah, if I was to recommend at least one of them to you, it would be San Japan in San Antonio, Texas. It's a good mix. There's lots of good food, lots of good vibes, history around the corner. There's an HB like walking distance of the con now. Pretty good, pretty good. Alrighty, chat. I think that's where I'm going to wrap it up now. I think I'm going to wrap it up here. I have a major headache and I want to go to bed. And I'm ready for my rest weekend, chat. I am so ready. Thank you guys so freaking much for coming and like listening to my autistic ramblings about conventions. I hope that this was super informative and you guys had fun. And like you learned something. I hope everyone learned something. This is an annual sort of thing that I like to do every year around like this time of year to get everyone ready for con season. So I hope you guys had fun with this one. I have a major headache though. I have a major headache from thinking so. Okay, chat. We are going to be raiding into Miss Mono right now because I do want to go watch her DJ set. So I'm going to be redirecting the stream into her. So thank you guys so much again. If you guys have any more questions about anime conventions or conventions in general, or you want to talk more about cons, feel free to join my Discord. We have a whole channel dedicated to talking about and discussing anime conventions. Including, we're talking a lot about Okai Expo right now. There's lots of people who share like their pictures of cons that they go to, and just overall, it's a very comfy place to talk about cons. And I'll reply every now and then, especially if you want advice or have a question about cons. I'll always be popping in there to answer anything about cons. Yeah, feel free to join. We would love to have you there. And let me know if you go to a con this year. And if you're going to Okai Expo, come see me! I'm performing on Saturday morning. Gotta get bright up and early for Nyaru at Okai Expo. Wow! Okay, I'm EP. I'm literally dying, actually. I'm actually, after I did that, I just literally, like, my shoulders just dropped and I want to go EP. Okay, I'm gonna go EP. Okay, good night, chat. Go enjoy Mono. I'm gonna have Mono on my phone and I can listen to her DJ set. Thank you so much again, guys, for tuning in. Thank you. I'm gonna go ahead and take off for the rest of the weekend and enjoy my first weekend of pre-Off-Kai rest. And you guys should too, because we are going to need a lot of rest to prepare for Off-Kai. Thank you guys so much again. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. If you have more questions, again, feel free to join the Discord. You can find the link to it in the description box below, or use !Discord here in the chat one more time to get the link. Alrighty. Thank you guys so much again. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. Good night. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.